I've been living in my parents' house. I really need to get out. I need to get out now.
When we see something that you like, we need to act on it that day.
I'm gonna have to think about it for a little bit.
You what? Navigating the rental market for the first time isn't easy. Not only are good properties hard to find, but it's competitive and they move fast. First-time renter Scott is a single school teacher who still lives under his parents' roof. He's desperate to gain some independence and a one-bedroom rental on his own.
I'm a teacher. I teach grade 2, 3. My professional life is thriving right now, but my personal life has been put on pause. I've been living in my parents' house, under their rules. My own private room is a little bedroom upstairs. It's definitely tight quarters.
Have a good time. Not too late.
I really need to get out. I need to get out now.
Scott needs to get downtown where all the action is. For this young professional, it's all about location.
Right now, I'm looking at easily an hour-and-a-half commute. And in the wintertime, it's just brutal. And for most of my friends that already live closer to the city, half an hour and they can get wherever they want. Kyle and I have been friends for 25 years. I'm hoping to get from Kyle a second opinion.
I will say what I think, positive or negative, about each place.
I have a lot of shoes.
The shoes.
Dress shoes and running shoes.
Don't even get me started on those shoes.
I have nowhere to put them. I have really no room to move.
Scott's been looking for a downtown rental for the past 6 months, but he can't find anything he likes on his budget. I'm gonna help this rookie navigate the rental market and get him into his very first apartment.
Hi!
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Pretty good, Jodi. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle, what's your role here?
Oh, I'm just his friend, making sure that the place has enough room that I can sleep there.
Some moral support, some couch surfing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Got it. Okay, what would be on your wish list if you had a wish list?
I'm definitely looking for something that's really open. A big open kitchen for me to move around. I love a nice dining room, or at least a spot to eat. I'm always looking for big windows.
Yeah.
Nice sunshine coming in. And I have lots of clothes. I'm actually sort of overflowing in clothes right now.
Okay, so we need a nice sized closet.
You know what? I think a shoe rack would be really important. I need something to organize my shoes.
Okay. What have you got to spend?
I'm looking at about $750 to $900.
Okay, so utilities could easily run you that whole $150 range.
Didn't expect that.
So we'd be looking at places $750 that are not including utilities and up to $9 that are including.
Okay.
Okay? And the other thing you need to know is the rental market right now is banging. So when we see something that you like, if you don't want to lose it, we need to act on it that day.
Wow.
All right, so I gotta get to work. Scott wants to live downtown, but he just doesn't have the budget for a downtown rental that meets all of his criteria. In my opinion, he's either gonna have to compromise on location or knock a couple of things off his wish list. First up, I'm taking Scott to a spacious one-bedroom right on the subway line. From here, Scott will be able to get anywhere in town in under 30 minutes. This first-floor apartment is in a residential neighborhood where many single-family homes have been converted into affordable rentals. Lower rents mean younger renters. They've brought an up-and-coming vibe to the area without the hefty downtown price tag. So, you said you wanted to live downtown. We're close to restaurants and a nice little market.
Great.
Head in, have a look around.
Oh, wow. Nice
Not bad,
living room.
man. Yeah, man. It's about the size of the space I thought you'd be working with. So you could fit a couch here perfectly that I would sleep on.
Yeah, I can definitely put my couch here. It was a nice setup just for a couch and a TV.
Yeah.
But if I were to put other things in there, it might be a little bit crowded.
Maybe.
What Scott doesn't realize is this is an absolutely normal size for a living room on his budget.
Nice big windows. Lots of sunlight will be coming in.
I like the ceilings, you know, the texture of them.
Yeah, it does look good. I like the pattern.
Doesn't really need a paint job. Like
Can't
this.
reach. That's a good thing for being tall. Let's see the bathroom. Not bad. Good space. I can actually sit down on the toilet. I've been to some people's apartment where I sit down and my knees hit the wall or the bathtub.
Kitchen's next, buddy.
Oh, nice size.
Good size.
Good space.
Only thing I would say, the cupboards look a little outdated, but your shoes match the...
Even though it matches the shoes, we need to change that. It's a good sized kitchen to cook in. Eating in it might be a little problem. We got to think of an idea for the dining room table.
Because you don't want to be sitting in front of the TV when you're entertaining.
No.
customers.
You don't sit in front of the. You do not sit in front of the TV.
You want to check out the bedroom?
It's a decent size. It's not too big, though. There's not a lot of space on either side of the bed. Where am I gonna put all my stuff?
Yeah.
Scott's used to living in his parents' suburban home. In the suburbs, places are just bigger. He's gonna have to get used to the idea of losing some square footage to live downtown.
There's not a lot of room at all.
Enough room for your shoes and stuff. I'll take some of your clothes.
I bet you would.
So, what do you think?
It's a very nice place. I'm not a big fan of the yellows. Cabinets, it seems a little bit old.
It is, but there's lots of different things we could do. The best way to update an older kitchen in a rental is by changing the hardware and painting the cabinetry. I'd even add a prefab pantry and paint it out the same color to make it look continuous with the existing cabinets. Easy for any renter to do themselves. This kitchen has more than enough room for the eat-in area Scott wants. A small table will provide a place to dine, as well as extra workspace in a pinch.
Jodi, you're full of ideas for this.
Not just another pretty face. They are asking $925.
My maximum is $900. $25 more, even though it doesn't seem like a
12
lot.
months, that's like $300.
That's exactly right.
You know?
$300 a year. That's giving me a little bit of hesitation to take this place.
There is a chance that we may be able to negotiate that $25 down.
I think it's definitely a contender. I really like the area. The location's pretty good for work. Space is a little bit of a problem. It doesn't have the openness that I'd like, but it's definitely on the list for sure.
If this is the type of neighborhood that Scott wants to live in, he's gonna have to compromise on things like square footage and closet space, or he could come up with more money. Scott asked for a spacious apartment right downtown, and that's exactly what I found him. I'm taking him to a huge one-bedroom right in the middle of one of the most popular entertainment areas. In fact, this rental sits on top of a trendy and rather noisy restaurant. The apartment's big, but is Scott willing to sacrifice quiet evenings to live here? This is it.
Really?
It's a pretty building, eh?
Beautiful. Right on top of stores, restaurant.
So have a look. Most people want to hang out where all the action is, but then go home to an area that's slightly quieter. If Scott can handle the noisy nights, this could be just the place for him.
Oh, wow. This is huge. Now, this is a bedroom.
Nice big window, you know?
Wow. Look at that window. This is impressive. If I thought I had a problem with choosing clothes before, this is the solution to it.
Oh, for sure.
Bedroom of my dreams. It has so much space, room for everything I need and have. I can buy more shoes. I can buy more.
That bedroom is huge. You could fit an entire shoe store in there.
This is only part of the apartment, and I'm already loving it.
So let's check out the bathroom then.
It's almost like a master suite. You just walk out of this incredibly large bedroom, right into a great bathroom. Oh, lots of room in the shower.
This bathroom needs a little bit of work, but I think it's got loads of potential.
Wow. Now this is space. Lots of room.
The cupboards aren't as outdated as the last place.
I like it. I like it. Lots of room.
I knew Scott would love this kitchen. It's huge. He'll have no trouble fitting a table in here.
I love the kitchen. What, the paint, well, we don't even need to talk about that. It's multicolored.
Yeah.
Blue, pink. I do have a shirt that would match this perfectly. I do have a shirt that would match this perfectly.
The same thing.
Ooh, wow.
Oh,
beautiful. Right out on a balcony.
buddy.
This is incredible.
Perfect.
This is incredible. Look at this.
Man.
A nice little patio area. This is just an added bonus. This is absolutely incredible.
This is something I didn't even expect you to have in any of the places.
No.
Nice big window.
The living room.
Only issue immediately that I have is the
Narrow space.
narrow space. You do have that huge TV. So, for example, if the couch were set up where this one happens to be.
Okay.
Wow.
But possibly if the TV was set up in the back wall right here, I don't see a big issue with it.
No.
So, what do you think?
It's great. This bedroom is incredible. I thought I had a problem with space before.
Yeah.
This will solve all my problems.
Well, here's where I'm gonna ask you to keep an open mind. I think this is your living room, and the other room is your bedroom.
Okay.
With so much space, this would make a fabulous living room where you could fit more than just a couch and a TV. Painting the walls a masculine dark green would set the backdrop for a living space, complete with a large pull-out couch for friends and additional seating. With the fireplace being such a great feature, I'd paint it out white and hang a TV above. Oversized bookshelves would provide lots of storage, and if books aren't your thing, they could even house a hefty shoe collection.
With the ideas that Jodi has to redo it, I love the place.
Well, that's good, because they're asking $895 inclusive.
It is near your max, but dude, like, it's awesome, man.
I'm gonna have to think about it for a little bit because it is my maximum price range. I really think this is the space for me. And as soon as I see the next apartment, I'll know for sure.
In a market as red hot as this, you just don't have the luxury of time before you commit. If you see something you love, take it. Before making his move, Scott wants to see all of his options. So I'm taking him to another downtown rental right in the middle of all the action. It's in a charming, low-rise building that is recently renovated and well-maintained.
So this is the building.
Oh, wow.
Now, so it's a walk-up style apartment building. I'm gonna let you guys have a look inside.
Oh.
Definitely a lot smaller.
It's very clean. It is a little small.
This rental is spotless, which is a really good indication that the landlord cares about the place and will look after it.
It is not a kitchen that you can like sit and entertain in.
Entertaining is going to be a little tough. And then where am I gonna put a table to eat on? Okay, I'm guessing this would be the bedroom.
Your bed,
Yeah.
at least.
This bedroom will fit a queen-size bed and a dresser. Right now, Scott's sleeping on a single bed. This bedroom isn't huge, but it's a huge step up for Scott.
You know, and then your dresser, how do you put your dresser?
Well, let's see the closet.
There we go. Even if you put your shoes along there, they'd be like piled up, like.
Oh, we have a window though. That's always good.
For sure.
At least there's one thing he likes.
Oh, nice looking bathroom. I like the fact that it seemed like everything was new. Now I'm a little bit worried about the height of the shower. Luckily, I don't have much hair, but there's a little bit of an issue. I guess the shower is gonna have to be a little side thing. This isn't a shower for two. I do have a concern that everything seems to be small.
Okay, this is what I saw.
Small rentals mean putting your creativity to the test. These days, there are a ton of options for double-duty furniture pieces. A pull-out couch would tuck nicely against the wall with a coffee table that also acts as a footrest or extra seating. I'd make use of the wall nook by adding shelving and a narrow desk that could be used as a dining table, and inexpensive chairs that can be used anywhere in the room. With the right look, this could be one cozy bachelor pad.
I love that suggestion, but it still doesn't have everything that I'm looking for.
Maybe the price will convince him.
This one's on at $825.
The price is right. So I'm really gonna have to compare, is saving some money really worth the sacrifice?
You got some decisions, buddy.
I think you have some thinking to do, but you've got to think fast.
I've shown Scott 3 rentals. The first floor apartment on a residential street was close to the neighborhood he loves, but slightly above his budget. The spacious but noisy apartment above a busy downtown hotspot meets all of Scott's requirements. But is he willing to pay top dollar and give up a good night's sleep? The pint-sized yet open-concept apartment in the low-rise building would save Scott money, but will he compromise square footage and a hip downtown address?
So Scott, it's decision time.
First floor apartment, downtown hotspot, or small but sparkling walk-up? Which rental will Scott choose as his very first apartment?
I think I'm gonna go with the second place. I really like it. It is at the max of my budget, but it's everything I'm looking for.
I think you're making a really good choice. So I'm gonna call the landlord and see if we can get this place for you.
Good luck. I think I made the right decision. I really do.
Hi, Louie, it's Jodi Gilmour.
Landlords can sometimes be wary of first-time renters. Since you don't have references from past landlords to make your case, ask your employer to give you a recommendation instead. It helps to have your credit report ready to hand over. The goal is to show the landlord you're responsible and organized.
But I think I'm ready to put together a lease. You what? So I spoke to the landlord, and he leased the place out today to a friend.
I was afraid this would happen.
Holy cow.
I'm sorry. I know you were really hot on this place.
I gotta admit, this is really disappointing.
Next time we go looking at places, check in hand, and we need to make a decision right away. So I think what we need to do is keep a positive mind, go look at a few more places.
The moral of this story, when you see a rental you love, act fast. Bright and early the next day, I gave Scott a pep talk and lined up a visit to another rental. I'm taking Scott just around the corner from the rental he lost to a spacious one-bedroom that occupies the main floor and basement of a huge semi-detached house that's been divided into 3 units. I like the style of 2-story in a home because it feels more like a house. Okay, so this one is main floor, kitchen and family, and a basement bedroom. Go in, have a look at the place.
Oh,
Nice. Ooh, I like this open concept.
I walk in, I see space, I see, I can put my couch there, my TV there.
Looks good.
I like the kitchen.
I like it. It's a big open area. This is awesome, man.
This kitchen has the best of both worlds. It's renovated and it's huge.
And it's open enough here that you can entertain. Like, you can have a table here.
Have you seen any of the apartments with 2 sinks?
I don't know.
It's open.
Yeah.
Like it's just one big space.
Like echoes. Hello, hello, hello.
I have no idea what to do with this space, but it's great. 3 big windows. And should we walk downstairs?
Check out this basement.
And check out the floors.
Buddy, I can get my slide going on in here. It's a nice bedroom, man.
This is really nice. Separating the 2 floors, you have the place where you sleep, you have the place where you socialize. I love that.
That bedroom is almost the full size of the basement.
Look, buddy, look how much space you got back there to put all your shoes. You can, like, stack them up back there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big closet.
And, buddy, there's more than enough room for your bed, your dressers.
Scott said he wanted a bedroom with square footage.
Oh, the bathroom. Nice and
Not
roomy.
bad, not bad.
What is this?
I don't know.
It looks like something that an ex-girlfriend would leave behind when they tried to decorate your place. I really don't like it. A laundry room.
Having laundry on site wasn't on Scott's wish list, but it should be.
It is coin operated, but it's right here in your house.
$1 each? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't have to lug clothes everywhere.
So, what do you think about this place?
It's great. Talk about an open concept.
We will have to play around with the furniture.
The alcove by the window is the perfect place for a dining area. I'd add an inexpensive table and chairs to create a formal eating spot. Positioning the couch in the center of the room would create a pass-through to get to the basement while maintaining a cozy living space with a rug defining it. In a rental, an inexpensive shelving unit can be used to create some separation between the kitchen and living area. Adding stools below will give you an instant breakfast bar.
I think she has a lot of good ideas, definitely.
The lease price is $950, and it does not include utilities.
Oh.
That means this place could be as much as $150 more per month than Scott wanted to pay.
So I need you to think about it and decide whether this area and this place is worth that for you.
I definitely think it's worth the money. I really do.
So is this the one?
Yeah, let's not wait too long on this place. Give the landlord a call.
Hi, Elda. Jodi Gilmour. How are you?
That's gonna be a really big disappointment if this place falls through as well.
I hate waiting, man. So impatient at times.
Trying to
And-
keep the stress low.
Have I got some news for you guys?
That sounds like semi-good
I'm hoping
news
that's
to me.
good news.
Sometimes you get it,
Yeah?
and we got it.
Nice. Thank you. The landlord said yes. Feels good. Feels really good.
Good job, buddy.
You got yourself a couch.
Scott learned his lesson. He didn't wait a minute and put an offer in right on the spot. Since this is his first apartment, Scott didn't have much furniture, so he convinced his parents to donate some hand-me-downs, including a sofa and mattress. Instead of moving on the weekend like most renters, Scott took a day off work and rented a moving van at a lower weekday rate. Roping Kyle into helping him with the move instead of hiring professionals kept Scott's moving costs down to $200. I promised Scott I'd turn his open concept rental into a space for dining, as well as lounging in front of the TV with friends. As a renter, you don't want to spend too much money on decorating an apartment you don't own, so I've given us a tight budget. Everything here has to come in under $900, which is less than 1 month's rent for Scott. The least expensive way to personalize a rental is with a couple cans of paint. Painting the walls a crisp white will keep everything feeling new and clean. An accent wall in a bold teal will add a little style. And an inexpensive slipcover will give his secondhand couch a new feel on a renter's budget. When I'm done with it, I hope it'll be the perfect space for this first-time renter.
Hello.
Hi, Jodi.
How are you?
Not bad.
What do you think?
Oh my goodness. This is incredible. This is great. I love it. Oh, the paint, the colors are beautiful.
You like that?
This is so awesome.
This place just
Yeah, man.
stands out. It really speaks to me.
Good.
Let me just get comfortable here. I love it.
It's nice, flexible space, right? Because you could add to this or take away from it. It could be your breakfast bar.
I can see the TV. I can sit here, have my bowl of cereal.
And so we moved the table from being in this corner, which was a little cramped and blocked your pantry, to over in this area.
I think that's perfect. Yeah.
Now Scott's got 2 dining areas, an informal countertop in the kitchen and a more formal dining table by the window for entertaining.
I had this vision, and you took it to the next level.
Good.
This is incredible. The bedroom. Don't they look so good?
So you guys like the shoes. What about the room?
This is great. Oh, beautiful. And my degrees are over there, too.
So where'd you get these forged again?
We came in just under budget. Updating Scott's first rental only cost $850. So I hope that I've captured the right space to let you grow into the man you want to be and support your new lifestyle.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience. I found what I was looking for, and that's the most important thing.
It's really nice to be able to have a place that you can enjoy, see a lot of potential in it, and the landlord said yes. Almost like getting up the courage to talk to a girl and like, oh, okay, and smile, and she walked away.
But this time, she actually gave you her number.
Yeah.
And you got a date, and that date's a year long.
I've been living here for about 9.5 years. Now I'm ready to go.
I'm like on a mission to get you a brighter space.
There's no closets at all.
There's no second bedroom here.
Could be the deal breaker.
What I see here is a dining room. This whole process has really stressed him out.
Add a lot of stress. A little too much stress, I think.
When you're renting over the long term, the character of your neighborhood can sometimes change. Trendy locations can lose their cool, and up-and-coming neighborhoods can really take off. For the past 9.5 years, design-savvy Chris has found peace and quiet in the gorgeous, upscale neighborhood he currently rents in. But lately, there's been an influx of noisy neighbors, and Chris knows it's time to fly the coop.
When I first moved into this building, it was a very established building. It's been quite noisy lately. I'm not getting a lot of peace and quiet that I need. Now I'm ready to go. So this is my best friend, Christine. We've known each other for about 20 years or so. We run everything by each other.
I'm gonna be the voice of reason.
I've put a lot of love and care into the place, and I think I'm just ready to move on. This is the kitchen. It's kind of small. It took me about 22 hours to paint. Here is my living room. It's been painted a couple of times. And over this way is the bathroom. One of the things that does bother me is the sink with the hot and cold water tab. So you never get the lukewarm water. You either have to go from really hot to really cold.
A lot has changed in 9 years. Finding a 2-bedroom condo in a trendy neighborhood has proven harder than Chris remembers.
After 2 years, I've been looking for something and I'm not finding anything.
He needs me to get him into a serene 2-bedroom that's both affordable and loaded with design potential.
Hi there.
Hi, you must be Chris.
Come on in.
Wow, this place is gorgeous.
Thank you. Jodi, this is my friend Christine.
Hi, Christine. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So can you tell me what you like about it and what you'd like to change about it?
I would like a second bedroom.
Is that to be able to have friends like Christine come and stay over?
Exactly, friends, family. Plus, I'm really into wallpaper right now, and I'd really like to wallpaper. There's a big buckle in the wall. You can't really wallpaper walls like this. It's
so
very hard.
Yes.
So a new place with great walls would be a bonus.
Christine, where do you see the change happening for Chris?
One of the things that he's found in this place is it's very hard to entertain here.
What would you be looking for in your next neighborhood?
Maybe something a little more upbeat and trendy. I don't spend much time in this neighborhood. I tend to go to other areas.
Okay.
My budget is $1,300. I would prefer that to be inclusive.
Okay, great. That gives me a lot to work with. Chris has mixed needs. He wants to go downtown where it's inevitably noisier, but he'd like a really nice and quiet place. So I'm gonna have to get him into something that's a new build, something that was built with noise consciousness in mind.
When you're on the move, try researching areas that might not have interested you last time around. A lot can change in a few years, and the rental market is always evolving. I've decided to take Chris a little bit out of his element to show him a one-bedroom rental in a semi-detached house. It's in an up-and-coming, trendy neighborhood, so it still has a bit of grit, but it's close to all the amenities, and it's on a quieter street in more of a neighborhood setting.
Here we are in one of the city's trendiest neighborhoods. Lots of great bars and restaurants and art galleries, etc. The area is really on an upswing. Let's check it out.
Right.
Come on in.
Wow. It's a big space.
You would come into what I think you would end up using as an office. And because it's your front entrance office, you'd have to keep it really tidy. I have a hunch you're good at that.
Great walls, good for wallpaper, so that definitely works. That's a plus.
Since the walls here are big and free of dents, they're perfect for wallpaper. Always check with the landlord first, though. Offering to take it down before you move out might satisfy any concerns they may have.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this is beautiful.
The kitchen definitely sells the place.
So completely renovated kitchen like you would find in a big house. The bathroom and the kitchen here are done with love. This is not what landlords build for tenants. Maple cabinetry, marble floor, granite and wood countertop.
Wow, this is more of the feel of a condo than a rental unit.
He can have people in the kitchen with him while he's cooking, which is something he doesn't have at the moment, which will be a wonderful change.
You guys have got to see this. The landlord is planning on finishing this off with a cedar deck.
Oh,
Wow,
nice.
very nice.
Christine, can you imagine shaking up some margaritas out here?
Oh, this is perfect. I mean, to have a barbecue and entertain in the nice weather would be fabulous.
It's definitely so much better than I have now. It's, God, 4 or 5 times the size. It's perfect.
To have that kind of big, useful outdoor space is phenomenal. All right, let's go check out the living room.
Wow, what a great space. It's very bright with the window and everything.
I like that the space is really big, and it needs to be big because there's no second bedroom here. So what I'm seeing is that you would have your living room double as a second bedroom on the odd occasion that you've got someone overnight.
Pull-out couches are a great way for renters to have overnight guests when they don't have the luxury of a guest room. It's worth investing in the best one you can afford because you want the bed to be comfortable and the sofa to fit with your decor. Good quality pieces will last you years. To offset the cost, we'd get creative with a bright turquoise feature wall and inexpensive cubes instead of expensive art.
I think I could live with staying in the living room when I come to visit, but I think it's something we can work around with the size of the rooms.
Huge bedroom.
Wow, it is quite massive.
And I love the bay window.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
You need to check out this closet. This closet was made for you. These are all adjustable. It's the system where you can lift, you can lower, you can do whatever you want, and you can create the closet of your dreams.
Definitely amazing. I especially like the closets. I've always wanted big closets like that. I do have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of shoes. I have a lot of stuff, so this would be great. The size is great. It's bigger than my present bedroom.
He's got so much bright light, and he's in such a dark space now. It'll change the way he lives to have that much light. The bathroom, it's gorgeous. So completely renovated.
Wow, this is amazing.
There's the huge vanity under the sink. So good for storage.
And wow, look at that. A cold and a hot water tap coming out of the same faucet.
Amazing. Pretty great place.
It is quite amazing, yeah.
Pretty big upgrade from where you are now.
Definitely.
So all that for the low, low price of $1,280 plus utilities.
Okay.
So I'm a little higher than the $1,300 that you had said you'd be okay with.
Yeah. Neighborhood was a bit of a surprise. It's a little bit rough around the edges. Not an area I may have considered on a first look.
But I think there's a lot of things that Chris was looking for: larger kitchen, nice appliances, updated bathroom. The large bedroom, I know he definitely would like.
The fact that there's not a second bedroom, a little frustrating, I guess, but definitely something to consider.
Since Chris has gotten accustomed to living in a high-rise, I'm taking him to see a condo rental in a large building right in the heart of downtown. It's busier than he may have wanted, but lively enough that everything's right at his doorstep.
Definitely like the neighborhood. It's centralized, very downtown, very vibrant, a lot going on. So definitely something I was looking for.
So, you know, it's a downtown condo. It's not huge. It's a little compact, the way most downtown places are. That's the trade-off. The kitchen's a little small, but it's modern, and you get adult-sized appliances.
Typical kitchen, galley style. Nothing superior to my kitchen right now.
People still can't help him cook. It's not much closer to the dining area or the entertaining area, so it's not really a benefit.
This is the living space, pretty similar size-wise to what you've got now.
Yeah, it looks the same, except for the whole row of windows.
I'm like on a mission to get you a brighter space.
Wonderful.
Whether you like it or not.
Do the curtains come with the unit itself?
I can ask the landlord to throw them in the lease. So this place is currently being lived in by 2 singles. So they've got this room used as a bedroom.
No, it's a little small to be a second bedroom.
I knew he was gonna say that.
What I see here is a dining room.
If it's too small to be his second bedroom, we could easily change it into a great dining space. With the landlord's permission, I'd start by adding wallpaper with white wainscoting below. Renters can easily install wainscoting themselves with some trim molding and paint. Although wallpaper can be expensive, only using half the amount here will help the budget. A round dining table in a square room is a great way to create good flow, and there's potential for more seating.
Definitely, that would work well.
And we could really dress the room up nicely with some of your wallpaper that you've been dying to put up.
Wonderful.
Which would really give a nice formal feel to a dining room. The smaller bedroom, it's not palatial. The bedroom in this place is probably the biggest negative. It's quite small, probably smaller than what he's got now. And there's no storage in it. You would definitely need to be very creative.
Definitely, there's no closets at all.
Downtown living at its best.
Wow.
So that's the thing about this place. It's so central, it's such an awesome location, but it's tight. And that's very typical of this price range. The price that they're asking for this place is top of your budget, $1,300 plus another $100 for parking, because parking's at a premium when you're downtown. So that's $1,200 a year.
$1,200 a year is a lot. I mean, that's typically a month's rent. That kind of has me a little frustrated and a little taken aback. I love the neighborhood this is in. It has everything on paper that I'm really looking for. I'm just a little worried, though, at the extra costs involved, especially the parking.
This was the #1 neighborhood for Chris. He wanted to be down here where all the action is, but he wanted something big and quiet, too. It's really hard to find a good-sized 2-bedroom, especially within Chris's budget.
I think it would be a bit of a give and take, knocking off the second bedroom from my wish list. It is a perk to be down in the central location. Is it worth giving up the second bedroom? I'm not quite sure yet. It could be the deal breaker.
I'm on a mission to give Chris the full spectrum of the rental market. So that takes us to a lovely, quiet street a little further than Chris might be expecting. We're in a residential neighborhood about 25 minutes outside of the downtown core, but it's only a bus ride away from the subway, so it's not too big of a sacrifice. I'm taking Chris in to see the potential perks of looking just outside the busy city.
So guys, we're in a very residential neighborhood, way far away from the downtown core that you wanted to live in, but it's gonna be worth looking at, and it gives you lots more space. Let's check it out.
I was a little concerned about the area. I was hoping for something a little more urban, but I'm back in the burbs.
So come on in.
Oh, wow, very nice.
Nice windows, eh?
Great windows, very nice, very bright.
Nice and open.
My first thought was that it was quite airy, quite large. A couple of things I wasn't too sure about. The living space, just having the front door off of it is a little awkward because it's very narrow. I like the open concept. It'll be great for entertaining because you can have people at the table, people in the living room, so that works well. Yeah, and it's got some great walls for wallpapering.
And he had the hardwood floors covered up for years and years with carpet, so they're beautiful.
They are. The chandelier's got to go. So it's a little 70s for me.
Back into a galley-style kitchen, but this one has loads of cupboard space. I thought it would be better as far as storage goes for you.
And it has a lot more counter space as well in the double sink, which is really nice.
I definitely wanted something that was a little more open concept. This works because of the kitchen, the dining room being off of each other.
So, Chris, what do you think of this master bedroom?
It's good size, big window, ceiling fan, that's cool.
And the pièce de résistance. Huge closet.
Wow, that's like
Very
a bowling
long.
alley.
Let's check out the second bedroom.
Cool.
What do you think, madame? You could have a beautiful big room for yourself.
It is wonderful. I finally have a room with a door. It'll be great when his parents come in from out of town or for myself, definitely.
So there's a little linen closet here.
Great.
And the bathroom's a little bit retro.
Everything else looks great. New tile, new fixtures.
Duly note the hot and cold
Which
faucet.
is a definite must.
Chris, what do you think?
My big concern is this space, the living area. It's a little tight fitting. Another thing would be not having an entry closet. That's a little awkward.
We can deal with all of those issues.
In an awkward room, it's all about space planning. First off, to create some separation and a sense of privacy, we'd place an inexpensive shelving unit by the front door. It's an instant way to section off a room on a renter's budget. Just make sure both sides are finished and painted. That would help the seating area feel intimate and warm. And with nice-sized coffee and side tables, it'll be the perfect place to entertain guests.
I'm right on budget here. I'm actually a little under it. This place is $1,200 per month, including all of the utilities other than hydro. I think it could work. What do you think?
The up-and-coming neighborhood gem, the downtown condo, or the quiet residential apartment just outside the city. After 9 years in his midtown high-rise, will one of these be Chris's new home?
So guys, we've seen a lot of places. What do you think?
Well, the second floor duplex, which was in a up-and-coming area, wouldn't have had my second bedroom. Kitchen was beautiful, so was the bathroom. I really liked it. But something was saying it just wasn't for me. I really wanted that second bedroom. The second one, the condo downtown, great location. Being downtown was a definite bonus for it, but unfortunately the size just didn't work. And then there's the triplex that we just saw. The area I was a little concerned about also. It does have the second bedroom. It is very residential though, so it wasn't quite what I was hoping for.
All three rentals hit the budget mark, but the one at the top just wasn't enough bang for the buck. That leaves the closer to downtown duplex or the triplex just outside the city.
The triplex, hands down, it's the one. It is quite large. It has the second bedroom. The price is phenomenal, and everything that's included was what I was looking for.
Wow, you're shocking me because I thought you were so dead set on being like downtown in the heart of the action. So that seems to have really changed.
I realize now that trying to live downtown in the central location, it does cost a lot of money.
I think this is a great apartment choice for Chris. He's really going to enjoy designing it and living here. Christine's not complaining either. In order to get this place, you need to call the landlord right away. Places like this do not last on the market.
I can imagine, yeah.
Landlords love long-term renters like Chris. The less turnover, the less money they lose finding new renters.
I'd be really interested in the location. I wondered if we could meet.
When competition is fierce, assuring the landlord you plan on staying for the long haul might tip the scale in your favor.
Well, everything's set. I'm going to meet with them.
Good stuff. Best of luck. You'll have to call me, let me know how it goes.
The conversation went great when I met the landlords. They were looking for somebody that wanted to move in and stay for a longer period of time. That was very beneficial for them and one of the strong reasons why they chose me to be their tenant. This is a great relief off my shoulders, and I'm looking forward to the next step.
After 9 years of living in not-so-peace and quiet, Chris packed up his apartment and his cat Winston. Hoping for a quick and easy move, Chris hired professional movers, but decided to go with a half day for almost half the cost, and asked friends to help with the smaller items. But I always advise clients to ask for the first appointment of the day, because when the moving company ran late, Chris suffered the consequences, which put him hours behind, making for one stressful and expensive experience at $450 in the dark.
Add a lot of stress. A little too much stress, I think.
There hasn't been much done as far as character and design goes in this place. So it's exciting to get my hands on it and give it a fresh new look.
My design plan is centered around sourcing some beautiful fabrics that'll work with Chris's wallpaper choices. He's taking care of installing the wallpaper he's always wanted, and I'm taking care of the rest. My biggest challenge? On a budget less than his monthly rent, I need to unveil the true potential of this huge space and help it function to suit Chris's lifestyle. We're assembling an easy and inexpensive unit that'll add some privacy to the front entrance and function as decorative storage. The living room walls are getting a coat of bold teal, which will complement the wallpaper. And a great new light fixture will add a bit of glam to the dining space, the perfect touch for a space to entertain. This living dining space is well on its way, and after a stressful move, I'm hoping our design will bring Chris some peace instead of disappointment.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a great blue.
That wall is awesome.
And she did an amazing job. The wall
It
looks
works so
great.
well.
So do the window treatments. Perfect.
It's very welcoming and very warm environment to be in. And I love these little shelves. They work out really well, so it gives you the division you wanted.
Yes, I thought that the open shelving unit would be perfect for you.
It's very dark. Just stands out a bit without being too intrusive.
It provides you with a little bit of privacy right when you come in the door.
It's not only useful for storing and displaying things, it's also helpful to kind of keep that door separate from everywhere. It's something I can take with me. It's a very flexible piece.
We recovered your couch with simple slip covers.
I asked Jodi, could we get it recovered and reuse it? And that's what we've done. I'm glad I still have my old couch.
Slip covers are an inexpensive way for renters to bring new life to really good quality older pieces of furniture.
It definitely looks like a totally different couch. That's cool.
I use a lot of mirrors in this space because it's a bit of an angular room. So the mirrors add a lot of depth, but they also add loads of glamour.
I love the way that you can see everything in the room from any angle. It's really great. And it brings all the colors back into the room, which is nice.
She's done an amazing job. It'll be someplace I'll be proud to show people. I like my wallpaper, of course. It looks amazing.
The wallpaper looks awesome.
Now let's look at the dining room.
Okay.
Chris, I have to thank you for putting up such big, bold, beautiful wallpaper. This rental has 3 huge windows. We did horizontal blinds in a big masculine white slat. I think it was worth the money to be able to give you the control that you'd be looking for. Chris is the type to stay in a rental for a long time, and that makes a big purchase like custom blinds absolutely worth the investment. These curtains that are made out of just a simple velvet fabric were very inexpensive. It's a great, easy way for any renter to add a lot of glam to their space.
The color just really pops at you, and it looks great with the wallpaper.
I also love the dining room set that you chose. It's an 8-seater square, which looks fabulous.
I really love the flow of the space in here, the way the rooms kind of work together so that when you're entertaining, you can be in the living room or the dining room and you can still converse with each other.
You could have a serious dinner party here.
I'm really loving that chandelier. You did a great job picking that out. It really pops. It's very sparkly without being too overdone, which is kind of me. Dining room is perfect, beautiful colors. The rest of the room is great too. It's just a perfect space for me. It's definitely looking nice and rich and making me feel more at home.
Perfect.
The kitchen. I think it will be a great space. Lots of room to get some cooking done.
I really like the gray color that's being used in there as kind of an accent.
Everybody looked at the office space that I was calling the den and kind of laughing, saying, that's too small for an office. But I think now everyone can see that it is a great space for that. It's perfect.
Chris's bedroom is absolutely bang on his style.
It's a really big room. It's going to be my kind of sanctuary.
This place has been so much fun to work on. It's been a blast.
Thank you. It looks amazing. I'm happy with the results. I think it's a place I'm going to be very comfortable in.
Chris really contributed to the design of this space. He bought wallpaper, had it installed, he even bought some furniture, and we were able to do all the rest for under $950. It really didn't take an awful lot to turn this space around.
I may be only renting and it may not be mine, but I'm still living there, and whether it be for a year or 10 years, it has to be a reflection of me. I think I finally found a place that really says, this is my life, it fits in perfectly, it's where I want to be, and all my fears have been laid to rest, and I think I'm going to enjoy quite a few years here. I was pretty happy that, one, we managed to get my couch into my new apartment. I was more worried about box springs and my television fitting in through the very narrow staircase. And lo and behold, it was my couch that didn't fit. So after having the couch sit in the backyard wrapped up in plastic for 3 days, finally they brought it in piece by piece and put it all back together.
I'd love to have a place that has character. I'm turning 30. I'm ready to make a change at last. I see some parquet floor. As soon as I saw the parquet floor, my heart just kind of sank. It feels very small, maybe because it's so cluttered. Wow.
When searching for a rental, the first step is to find a location you want to call home. If you don't like your neighborhood, you're not gonna love your rental. Single makeup artist Whitney is looking to trade in her generic shoebox apartment in a quiet residential area for something loaded with character in a trendy neighborhood.
I live close to my parents in a very upper middle class neighborhood, and I certainly don't identify with it. I'm freelance, I'm single, I have a cat for company. I really want to live in a space that is inspiring and creative, that really speaks to me. This is my good friend Blair. We've had a lot of great laughs over the last 9 years, and I asked Blair to help me find a new place because he's lived in the kind of space that I want to be living in. I think he'll be able to be a good sounding board for me, especially with this milestone of turning 30. I'm ready to make a change at last.
I'm here to get her into a cool one-bedroom apartment in a trendy neighborhood before she turns the big 3-0.
Hi, Jodi.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Come on upstairs.
This place is great.
This is Blair. Blair, Jodi.
Hi, Jodi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I wanted to bring you to Blair's apartment because it has a lot of the characteristics that I'm looking for.
Whitney and I have very similar taste in our dwellings, I think, and so when I saw this place, I was immediately attracted to it because of the exposed brick wall.
Beautiful moldings, big old windows.
Just how cozy it felt.
What would you say is your wish list?
Bathtub would be great. Blair's lucky he's got a clawfoot tub, and in fact, I don't know if I could take a place that didn't have a bathtub.
Duly noted.
Yeah. A place with laundry.
Okay.
A place with parking.
Hardwood floors, not your parquet flooring.
Yes, that's a definite. And I'd love to have a place that has character like Blair's.
What neighborhood are you thinking?
I want a younger neighborhood, a neighborhood that's a little bit more artsy. My budget is $1,200 a month, including utilities.
And how's your search been going?
I've been looking online for the past month or so, and really there's not a lot out there, so I think I definitely need your help.
To get something with all the character that you're looking for and stay on budget, there's a chance we might have to look at neighborhoods that are up and coming and not already really hip and trendy. So if you keep an open mind, I'm sure I'll be able to find something for you before you hit the big 3-0.
Awesome.
Knowing that location is Whitney's top priority, I'm taking her to see a charming one-bedroom on the second floor of a house that's been converted into 3 apartments. It's a short walk to one of the fastest growing pockets of the city, where cute restaurants and shops are sprouting up weekly. Plus, it's only 10 minutes from central downtown by streetcar.
This little place is really great. It's got quite a bit of character, but it's got some modern upgrades as well. And this place also has parking.
Oh, perfect.
Let's check it out. So it does have its own private entrance for you, so it's nice and safe. I like that this hallway's got a really open feel.
Yeah, that's great. And the floors, too. I really like the floors.
The original hardwood in a really nice shade of brown.
I like the character, and I like the hominess.
Let's have a closer look at the kitchen.
Is that a washer and a dryer?
That's
Yeah. It's nice and new, too. It has a washer and a dryer, which are, you know, kind of odd to have in the kitchen, but I guess that's how they do it in Europe, n'est-ce pas? It's a very spacious kitchen. You can actually see the exposed brick through the skylight next door, which is really nice, too.
The kitchen is an excellent size. It's very workable, and it feels even more open because it's got that opening to the stairwell and the hallway. How do you feel about the floor?
It's not necessarily what I would choose in my own home, but that's why I'm a renter, so.
Let's check out the bathroom. So, makeup artist, how do you feel about natural light in the bathroom?
That's amazing. I didn't even think to have a skylight in the bathroom on my wish list.
But it would have been if you had thought of it.
Yeah, it's nice and spacious, too. Well, the bathroom's great, the kitchen's great.
Let's check out the bedroom.
Awesome.
When considering second-floor apartments, look for features like balconies, huge windows, and ceiling fans that will help with airflow.
It's got a fan, which is great.
Why don't you check out what's behind door number 1?
Is it a balcony?
Well, it's a Juliet balcony.
That's definitely very charming. It's very cozy, and it's great to have such a big open space that faces east in the morning, too.
Let's go check out the living room.
Okay. Well, this is very cute.
Yeah.
Things that I thought you would like about it is the hardwood floor, the sloped roof, the bay window.
But we could make this space even cozier. For renters, an electric fireplace is an inexpensive and simple solution. It can be unplugged and easily moved when your lease is up. An upholstered bench will add extra seating options but can also be used as a coffee table. And full-length graphic curtain panels will add an extra touch of coziness to the space.
It definitely has a lot of potential. It needs a little bit of love, but the bones are there for sure. I love the neighborhood. This is where I wanted to live.
It's much more you, which is great.
So I guess the major factor then would be price. You said that your max was $1,200.
Yeah.
This place is $1,100 plus utilities, which would bring you to around the $1,200 mark.
Okay.
And parking's free.
Oh, that's great.
Excellent.
Definitely, I think that I could live in the space quite happily, but there are many fish in the sea, and I'm really excited to see what Jodi has chosen for me to look at.
Whitney loves this place, but I'm gonna have to hold her back and show her a couple more places because I want her to really feel like she understands the market before she makes a decision.
Since Whitney loved the first apartment we saw, I put a call into the landlord to express interest. Nothing's a guarantee though, and I still have 2 great rentals I want her to consider before making a decision. I want to show Whitney what she can get in her price range in the heart of a coveted neighborhood. We're in one of the city's most popular and vibrant areas to see a 1-bedroom above a storefront, which means great amenities are right at the doorstep.
So Whitney, this neighborhood is fabulous for you because of its proximity to downtown. There's parking, there's restaurants on either side of you, there's clothing stores a moments away, the subway is at your doorstep.
I don't know the area very well, but I'm sure that there are a number of places around here that I could become a regular at.
So it sounds like the neighborhood works. Let's find out if the apartment does.
Sounds good.
Rentals above retail spaces can be great. But remember, bars and restaurants bring noise, while shops and offices are usually quiet after hours.
I see some parquet floor. As soon as I saw the parquet floor, my heart just kind of sank because that's what I want to get away from. You do have to make some concessions. I was hoping that parquet flooring wouldn't even be part of the equation, but take the good with the bad.
What I liked about this place for you was all the lights.
It's definitely nicer than what I expected when we were standing out front.
I liked the high ceilings for you as well.
Yeah, it gives it a really nice, airy kind of quality. I like how open the kitchen is and how fresh and clean it looks. I wish that there was some kind of an eat-in area.
It's a nice place. I think you'd have to work a little bit harder to make it that cozy feeling that we're going for. Yeah.
Follow me. And I have for you a laundry room.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Yeah. I wasn't really expecting much considering the storefront. But yeah, definitely I was very surprised that there was ensuite laundry. I'm happily surprised because I think it's kind of one of the perks of the apartment.
Complete with storage area.
That's a bonus, definitely, to not have to wheel the granny cart of laundry down the street.
Big time. In a rental, it's not typical to find ensuite laundry and parking. And then over here's the washroom, so have a peek.
There's no window, I guess. The bathroom I really wasn't impressed with. It made me feel like I was in a basement apartment. There were no windows.
So it's more, I guess, more functional than charming. Okay, let's check out the bedroom. Wow. Currently, it's set up as a child's bedroom.
It feels very small. Maybe because it's so cluttered.
The current owner is using the main room as his bedroom, and his son sleeps in this room. It's really hard for people to see past atypical uses of space. So for me to try to force Whitney to see an adult bedroom when this room is filled with children's furniture, it's a stretch.
It's definitely a kid-sized bedroom.
It has lots of potential.
I guess you're right, it does have lots of potential.
So I think there's lots of things we could do to turn it into an adult bedroom.
We'd take advantage of every square inch by tucking a daybed with storage into the alcove, dressing it with luxurious, oversized pillows, and framing the bed with drapery panels on either side will create a sense of separation and privacy within the small room, leaving space for a charming dresser and funky accessories. With the drapes closed, it'll have a luxurious dressing room feel.
It could totally be transformed into a wonderful, cozy bedroom.
The landlord's asking $1,050 per month, plus utilities, which should run around $75 to $100 per month.
I think that's a pretty good deal considering the neighborhood and the apartment's proximity to everything. This apartment, it definitely has character, but it doesn't have that kind of old world character and that sense of history that I'm looking for.
For some people, this kind of place would have a lot of character. She doesn't want that clean, streamlined look, even if it means a fabulous neighborhood.
It is a fine apartment.
The neighborhood sells it. We can certainly make it work.
When you're looking for character in a rental, units in converted homes are usually the way to go. Now that Whitney's seen a place in the middle of a trendy neighborhood, I'm taking her to see a one-bedroom in another up-and-coming one. It's in a house that's situated on a bit of a busier street, but extremely close to transit and a 7-minute streetcar ride into downtown. It's a 3-minute walk to a strip of restaurants and shops with a ton of charm. And because it's just off the main drag, it's the most cost-effective rental on our tour, so definitely worth considering.
Whitney, I've got a place for you. It's a really up-and-coming area, just getting regentrified, loads of construction going on. There is parking in the back. It's got lots of the character that you're looking for. So let's have a peek inside and see what you like.
Sounds good.
So have a peek in the bathroom. Now, it's not a clawfoot tub.
Well, it's clean. I was very happy to see a bathtub and a nice clean one at that. It definitely is something I could ease into and relax. I definitely think it's got character. It's got a nice pedestal, sink.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
It's great.
Yeah. And a gas stove.
A washer and a dryer. That is amazing.
Yes, that's a plus for sure.
Eat-in kitchen.
The little eat-in area is a nice little touch, and it is pretty spacious, and I think for Whitney, for one person living there, I think it's perfect.
Have you cooked on gas before?
That'll be something definitely to get used to, but I think I can handle it.
The last time I had dinner over at Whitney's place, we ordered in Chinese food, so the gas stove would be really good to heat it up, I guess, leftovers.
Let's check out the bedroom.
It's cozy.
It's very cozy. Yeah.
The bedroom is certainly not a deal breaker, though it is a lot smaller than you know, I would choose. It's got hardwood floors, and it'll certainly fit my queen bed and a nightside table. I'm happy to have it be a calmer, quieter space. I'm really happy that the bedroom's not at the front of the house, too.
For sure. When you're on a busy street like this, the street has streetcars. It's way better to have the bedroom in the side or the back of the house so that you reduce a lot of the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's go see if the living room works for you.
This is a lot more spacious than the bedroom.
I think your current furniture, you've got a lot. It would be really cozy in here.
The living room has great bones. It's got great hardwood floors. It's got high ceilings.
That window gives this room so much potential.
My design plan will make a feature out of the ceiling height by using floor-to-ceiling drapes to highlight the window. When you're renting, don't invest in expensive, custom-made drapes to dress a window you don't own. Stock drapery panels are an equally stylish but more economical option for renters. A trendy teal on the wall and bold decor accents will make the room pop, turning a boring space into a room with a ton of character.
I definitely do prefer a cozier space, and I like how the ceilings seem higher in here than they do in the bedroom.
I thought Whitney would love this place when we walked in. It's her type of place. You know, it's small and cozy.
The best part about this place is the price. This place is $975 all-inclusive.
Wow.
So including parking, including hydro, including everything.
That's awesome. This apartment has a lot going for it. Obviously the price. It's in a great neighborhood. It's got parking. It's got laundry. It is quite cozy.
In up-and-coming neighborhoods, we can often find a little steal here and there. So we found that for Whitney.
Jodi got a great place. It's in a great neighborhood. It's a great price point. The place has a lot of character.
It's got an older feel that Whitney really, really loves, but it has updated bathroom and kitchen, which I think is great for her.
I've shown Whitney 3 apartments that all have unique characteristics. It's going to be a weighing of the pros and cons. Angled ceilings, Juliet balcony with modern amenities, rental above a store on a trendy street, or original hardwood and detail in an up-and-coming neighborhood. With 3 places now in the running, which one will Whitney choose?
So Whitney, 30th birthday just around the corner. Which apartment will it be?
I think they all have some good things about them. First one, the bedroom has great little charm with the Juliet balcony there. Love the hardwood, and I really like the bay windows as well, and the angled ceilings. This place marries a little bit of contemporary with the traditional very well. The second one, huge ceilings, very open, very airy. It's just those darn parquet floors that kind of turned me off.
I certainly didn't feel it for Whitney. Like, I was like,
no,
this is not
Well, the place for her.
And I'm surprised because I thought that I would be interested in living in that area, but despite the fact that it was in the thick of things, it didn't really have a lot of personality. The third place, the price is kind of the best thing about it, and it was right on the main street, so we had the streetcar right out front. But it didn't have as much of the charm as Blair's place does, but it also did have that kind of homey sense, and it just wasn't as nice as the first place.
Sounds like it's between the two rentals that have equal character and charm, rental number 1 and number 3. But with the third one at a much lower rent, which one will Whitney choose?
Which one is it gonna be?
Oh, the first place kind of blew the other two out of the water.
The energy in this place is great, and I felt really good for Whitney about the place. And
Yeah,
It sounds like you're pretty excited about this. Would you be upset tomorrow morning if someone else rented it?
certainly.
All right, let's make the call.
Wish me luck.
It's a great place for her.
Hi there. I just looked at an apartment of yours.
When calling a landlord, discuss all of your concerns right off the bat.
I guess one of my concerns is safety, so I just...
Moving out of her safe, uptown area means Whitney should research the neighborhood. Don't be shy about asking people in the neighborhood about any safety concerns you might have. I always advise my clients that they can ask the landlord to change the locks before they move in.
It went well. She had some questions for me, and she answered all of my questions. So she's going to check out my references, and I'm going to meet up with her at 6 o'clock with my first and last, and hopefully everything's going to work out.
Luckily for Whitney, it was an easy done deal. The landlord agreed to change the locks, leaving her safe and secure to sign the lease and move in before her birthday deadline.
I think the move went really well. I ended up going with movers because I just knew that would be the easiest way to go, although Blair and I did help a little bit.
Hiring good movers can sometimes be more economical than moving yourself, so it's a good idea to call around for quotes before you decide which way to go. Movers typically charge by the hour, so factor in travel time to your new location. The more organized you are, the less time it will take.
It only cost me $341 plus tips, so it was definitely a great investment.
With the previous tenant's stuff gone, the living room is a blank slate, and I'm using the angled ceilings as inspiration in my plans to cozy up this room. My plan is to blend old with new to create a quirky but stylish living room. In a rental, sticking to neutral paint colors is a good idea. Some landlords will ask a renter to paint over a bold color choice before they move out, so check with the landlord before you break out the paintbrushes. Keeping in mind that it's a rental, we're working with a solid $1,000 budget. And after a good clean, a little bit of elbow grease, and the new electric fireplace, this room is coming along. I'm just hoping it'll be the change Whitney needs leading into her big 3-0.
Wow,
Oh my God.
this is amazing. I love the textures and I love the aesthetic, and I think you've totally pegged me, which is really good. I love how airy the room seems, even though the furniture's so big.
And I even think just painting out the ceiling in white is what's helping make the space feel bigger and brighter.
Yeah, and so do all of these amazing trinkets, and it's a beautiful lamp too.
Rentals don't always have fabulous lighting, so investing in some lighting like a table lamp or a floor lamp is a way of adding elegance.
The fireplace I'm really excited about because I think it'll also give the place a lot of heat because there's only baseboard heating in each room. I love how these window treatments let a bit of light in. It's a funky and very, very practical window treatment.
We spent a little bit of extra money on the horizontal blinds that are custom fit, but we saved money on the side panels that are not so expensive.
It's very urban chic, but still Whitney's still kind of like funky and cool.
And I love how you've mixed the old with the new too. That footstool is, I love that. I think that is probably my favorite thing. I can't wait to put my feet up on that and have a glass of wine.
The upholstery tacks are an inexpensive way of adding a lot of pizzazz and charm to the ottoman, and Whitney really appreciated that. She seemed to really fall in love with the piece. The bedroom is small, so we kept it very clean and uncluttered.
The way Jodi set up the room is, you know, it's a very kind of calm and serene environment.
The bathroom has great natural light, and once we toned down the paint color, it gave it a really nice spa-like feeling.
It'll be great to have beautiful natural light streaming in through the window, and That'll be nicer for me when I put on my makeup too.
The kitchen wasn't big enough to add a full dinner table, so I repurposed her patio furniture, and now she's got a little bistro table there.
The kitchen's really great. It's got great appliances, it's got lots of storage in the pantry, it's got a washer and dryer, and it's really open. I think I lucked out. I know initially I wanted a place that was just like Blair's, but you know, it's like love. You never know it until you see it.
For $950, which is less than 1 month's rent, Whitney has a fabulously designed and styled place that really suits her personality.
It really reflects who I am.
I'm really happy with the way this place turned out. I think I hit Whitney's design sense on the head, and then this will be a great inspirational environment for her to live out the next phase of her life.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to turning 30 and spending it in this place.
Have you guys ever had like a really bad rental experience? My friend and I were gonna move in together, and so we were looking at places around town, and we saw this one place. When we get into the kitchen, the guy's like, so here's your hot plate and your microwave and a little bar fridge.
The only other place that I had that had a washer and a dryer had it on either side of the toilet.
We live together all through university.
And we want to live together again.
We would prefer to live in an apartment in a house.
This is so beautiful.
This is huge.
So I just feel like it's bad karma.
That is good karma. I think I need a new roommate.
Finding a spacious rental in a hot neighborhood isn't easy. Demand is high and competition is fierce. In the big city, places move fast and renters are willing to pay top dollar. Just ask best friends and recent university grads, Caitlin and Jamie.
Jamie and I met in university, and then we lived together all through university.
And we want to live together again.
So I just moved here a month ago from California. I'm living with a friend of mine. She just has a really small bachelor apartment, so I'm really in her space and still living out of my suitcase.
I have been staying at my dad's place. This is my room. This is my childhood bedroom. It's about 40 minutes away from downtown, and I don't have a car. I need to be in the center of things. Regardless of where we live, I think we're going to have an amazing time.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a slumber party every night.
It has been really difficult to find a place. Thought it would only be a couple of weeks, but it's been a couple of months now, so I'm getting a little bit antsy and excited to get out and find a place of our own.
They need me to help them find their dream apartment before someone else snaps it up.
Come on in. Jamie's right inside.
So where do you guys want to live? What kind of neighborhood?
Well, we're hoping to live somewhere quite central in downtown.
But we're not too picky on specific neighborhoods.
We probably would prefer to live in an apartment in a house rather than a high-rise apartment building.
Generally, it's less expensive than living in a house.
We're not adverse to it at all. We just have never lived there before.
Tell me about your search so far.
We've probably gone to about 15 places.
Yeah, and we've made about 150 phone calls.
Seen a lot of places that are not what we want at all.
I think one of the things that's going wrong with your search is that you're not very clear on where you want to be and what type of place you want to be in.
Right.
What are the most important things to you?
Number one, I'd say we want to be close to public transit. And we want to be above ground. We don't want to really live in a basement.
We want a big living room space or a big common space. Outdoor space is really important to us as well. And laundry, either in the building or close by. Our budget is maximum $1,600.
All inclusive.
All right.
We are hoping to have a place within the next 3 weeks so we can move in by the 1st. But we work well under pressure, and hopefully you do too.
This is the rental world. You have to. Yeah. The timeline is really tight. I need to get these girls into a place in 3 weeks.
When you need to act fast, pick 1 or 2 neighborhoods to narrow down your search. Inspect the area just as you would the rental itself. You need to be happy with both. I'm taking Caitlin and Jamie to see a 2-bedroom apartment in a central location about 15 minutes from downtown by transit. It occupies 1 floor of a converted house that's been divided into 3 apartments.
All right, ladies, obviously we're on a bit of a busy street.
Yeah.
But you go up the street to rapid transit and down the street to a hip area with cool restaurants and coffee shops.
Awesome.
Perfect. It's also an above-ground apartment in a house, exactly what you're looking for. The entrance is just around the side. Follow me. Come on in, ladies. So this is the 4-piece bathroom.
So it's kind of the first thing that you see when you walk in up the stairs.
It's not a bad size, though.
We would kind of have to always remember to keep the door closed because that's not the first thing you want to see when you walk in a house.
So this is one of the bedrooms.
Wow, it is huge.
Isn't it fantastic?
So bright from that big window.
Yeah, nice view of the garden. The back bedroom is a recent addition to the house. It's big, it's got a huge closet.
I am pretty impressed with the back room in terms of its size.
I'm not really a fan of the color. That pink flesh of a pig color's gotta go.
So obviously this is the kitchen.
Wow. It's huge.
So big.
There's not much counter space though. Even though it's such a big kitchen, it's not really utilizing the space very well, I don't think.
I think there's a lot of easy fixes that could make this a really nice, workable kitchen.
You can turn unused space into a functional asset with the addition of a pre-assembled, inexpensive island. You get extra counter space and additional casual seating with stools tucked underneath. Whimsical, feminine light fixtures can be bought for a steal at big box stores, and often landlords will be willing to install them for you. That will leave room for a formal seating area with an oversized blackboard that works as an art piece and message board.
The space is there. The opportunity to have a great kitchen is there. It's just not being well used right now.
This is what you're gonna love.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful.
This room is incredible.
This is beautiful.
The front room is dripping in character.
I call this room Jamie.
No, this one's definitely mine. It's one of the most amazing bedrooms that I've seen in anyone's house. I'm so in love with that room.
Wow, look at the ceilings. They're all rounded off.
And it has a nice shape to it. It's not really just boxy. It's
really
amazing.
different. It's too bad that the closet isn't very good.
Yeah, it doesn't really
Yeah,
match.
but you could put like a
curtain or
a
something.
curtain over it or something.
So this is what the landlord intends to be the second bedroom.
Right.
You could repurpose it as the living room if you wanted to share it because it's so pretty.
It's a nice room to show off, so you'd want that to be a room that you bring your visitors into. This room is really big as well. I think the room that's being shown as the living room is actually not a bad option as a second bedroom. You could have a bed and a desk. There's lots of room.
Oh, for sure, and there's
tons
some
of stuff.
Some storage.
There's a little bit of storage.
Yeah. Tiny closet. I don't know if this will do for Jamie.
It's not too big, but put some things in there for sure.
Either of us could live there perfectly happily.
The whole apartment has really nice big rooms that could be used in many different ways. So if we relate this place to your wish list, it's pretty good. And there's a laundromat around the corner. And it goes for $16.90 per month inclusive. So it's slightly over budget.
It's a little bit disconcerting thinking about spending another $90.
The rent is pretty much always negotiable. So I think we could get it down, and it's also got everything they're looking for, so it might be worth spending a little bit more.
Since Caitlin and Jamie are so enamored with the idea of a unit in a house, I'm taking them to see another option across town. It's in a trendy neighborhood that's home to a ton of young renters. This one's an even more central location, only a 10-minute streetcar ride into downtown. The large unit occupies the main floor of a row house that has 2 additional apartments with their own separate entrances.
Ladies, if I was your age, this is the kind of neighborhood I would want to live in. It's safe, but it's also where so much of the fun happens in the city.
It's just off a busy street, so that's good.
Steps to transit. This is a 2-bedroom apartment on the main floor of a row house. It's a great house. Let's check it out. So come on in. Right away, we find a bedroom.
Wow. This is huge.
Nice windows.
The bay window is pretty wonderful.
Yes.
Nice ceiling.
Really high ceiling.
Really good ceiling height, isn't it?
Amazing. Jamie, I'll have to grow a couple inches.
I could like jump on a trampoline in here.
Let's check out the closet.
Closet.
Oh, Jamie, this is good.
I feel like there's some wasted closet space back there, but it's good size.
Yeah.
So the second bedroom.
Wow, huge. Again.
The bedrooms in this place are really good for these girls. They're pretty much equal size.
So what does that window go out to?
The window actually doesn't lead outside. It leads into a laundry area that's shared between the units.
I like to wake up in the morning and look out my bedroom window, not any other window in the house, and see what the weather is like.
I didn't know she was so particular about her window. I think I need a new roommate.
So here's the bathroom. Tile everywhere.
The bathroom isn't a bad bathroom as far as bathrooms go.
And kitchen.
Kitchen's decent size.
And I guess you can change out these, right?
Yeah.
Hardware is really easy to switch out. That's one of the, cheap and easy things that renters can do to modernize a kitchen. And this one needs a little bit of modernization. So what do you think of the paint color in here?
I don't really like it.
It's nice and bright, which is good because it's bright, but I'm not sure about the yellow and the
yellow and green, why not? Let's see the living room.
All right. Well, this is a good size.
It's narrow, but it's good, yeah.
So how do you guys feel about this lovely blush color?
I don't mind it.
The color, which Jamie doesn't mind, I find a little bit revolting.
I can do fabulous things with this room. I think it's got loads of potential.
Try to look past a rental's wall color. Paint is the easiest and least expensive thing to change. If you've always wanted hot pink walls, rentals are the place to experiment. Just make sure you get the okay from your landlord. Make an affordable feature wall out of your vacation photos by showcasing them in uniform, crisp white frames. You can save by covering tired sofas and futons with budget-friendly slipcovers, while splurging on dramatic throw pillows that add impact and style.
I would be really excited to see how that space could be transformed by Jodi.
So it's got everything you were looking for in one of your favorite neighborhoods. There's a little backyard that's for you guys to use, and it's $1,600 per month inclusive, so it's bang on budget.
Wow. That's not bad, especially for this area.
This area is nice, and it's huge. There's definitely things that we would change about the place, but I wouldn't say anything as major as to make or break our decision.
Caitlin and Jamie may not have been interested in a high-rise, but until you check out what a place has to offer, you should never judge blindly. High-rises are great options because they're often operated by management companies who take care of the rentals and anything that needs fixing. We're a bit outside of the downtown core, about a 20-minute subway ride, but the station is steps away. The further outside of the city you go, the lower the rents, so I want the girls to have the option.
When renting, you really need to keep an open mind. I know you guys were thinking of a house. Well, this is a high-rise. They're really common and popular in the city because they've got great views and it's higher density, so generally lower prices. The building has a huge laundry room in the basement, and it's also directly across the street from transit.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Let's see if the apartment works for you. So come on in.
Wow.
It's so big and the living room is so open. It wasn't what I expected from an apartment in a high-rise.
Because these renters have done such a great job decorating their space, it's easy to see the potential here.
Yeah.
What you have to note is that they're gonna take all of their stuff out.
It's an amazing space, but we may not, at this point, have the furniture it needs to really make it an amazing looking place.
I have loads of ideas of how to pull the potential out of this place and make it really speak Caitlin and Jamie.
Good.
Awesome.
When you're just starting out, furnishing a rental doesn't have to cost a fortune. Search online and in secondhand stores for inexpensive pieces that can be freshened up. Hit garage sales and check with friends and family to see if they have any furniture to spare. Be sure to save some money for window treatments. Inexpensive, ready-made drapes can be found at big box stores. Layer them in front of roller blinds that can be purchased off the rack and mounted outside of the window frame.
This place does actually have some really great potential.
So this is the kitchen. It's bright and white, fresh.
This is a small kitchen, but the space is actually used quite well.
Yeah, there's a lot of counter space.
It's nice and clean.
Yeah, it's very clean.
Really clean.
And bright.
It's got a little bit of a sterile feel because there's no handles on anything and it's all white.
True.
So it looks really clean, but a little bit like a hospital.
Yeah.
Coat of paint would probably add a lot of character to an otherwise fairly boring room.
You guys need to see the patio.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
Wow.
That is an incredible view. Doubt there's a better view in the whole city.
I'm not even a big view person, and I'm quite impressed.
So this is the bathroom. It's a little dated, but it's huge, and there's 2 sinks.
Oh, yeah.
This is the apartment's smaller of the 2 bedrooms.
Lots of things in here, but you can tell it's actually not a bad size.
I don't think it's as small as it looks because of the placement of the furniture and how much stuff is in the room.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Awesome
It's
size.
Definitely an amazing size.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of storage in here and a lot of hanger space. All my dreams are coming true.
The master bedroom in this apartment is pretty amazing. If Caitlin and Jamie take this place, they're gonna have to toss a coin for that one. It's $11.90 per month.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That is well below our budget.
Amazing.
That's a savings of $400 per month, which over a year is $4,800.
The fact that it has everything on our wish list and it's $400 less than our maximum budget is unbelievable. A high-rise isn't looking so bad at that price.
At all. This place is definitely a place that we could live in, and it would save us a fortune.
So what's it gonna be?
I've shown Caitlin and Jamie 3 apartments that all fit their wish list perfectly. The question is, will they choose one of the funky units in a house or the money-saving high-rise?
We've seen a bunch of really great places.
They're a million times better than the places we've been looking at ourselves.
So what do you guys think about the semi-detached with great architectural character?
Loved it.
It was awesome. It was a really great place. The rooms were huge, and that one room was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The price was kind of a problem for us.
Now, keep in mind, rent is negotiable.
Right.
So what about the row house in the hip area?
For me, the location was the best of the 3 of them, by far.
And the rooms were really nice, really big.
So let's talk about the high-rise with a view. You guys were not so into high-rises.
We weren't into high-rises, but we were
surprised.
definitely pleasantly surprised by the place you found us. The view, obviously, was
incredible,
unbelievable, and the price was
the price
amazing.
was
definitely amazing.
So which one do you think feels most like home?
With 3 great rentals to choose from, will the girls go for the lower price at the high-rise or stick to their original plan of living in a house?
I think the row house. We're gonna go with the row house.
It was an amazing location, and it has everything that we want, and within our budget. It's perfect.
Good. Well, to make it yours, one of you guys has to make a phone call.
Hi there, my name's Caitlin. We're very interested in the apartment, and I just had a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
When calling landlords, make the best first impression you can. Avoid calling during dinner hours or too late at night. It's okay to address some of your concerns during the initial phone call, but don't come on too strong. There will be plenty of time to ask all of your questions when you meet the landlord face to face.
We'll see you then. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. So she wants us to come by and meet with her tonight.
Be very prepared. Have your checks with you, have your employment letters with you, be ready to sign a lease. Take a checklist of all the questions you want answered before you sign it.
We could have an apartment by tonight, Jamie.
If you do, you better call me.
We got it.
We got the place, which is awesome. We're so excited about it. So it's 2 weeks until we move in.
2 weeks is way too long. 2 weeks is 2 weeks too long. I want to move in right now.
I think this rental will be the perfect place for Caitlin and Jamie to do a little bit of growing up.
I left my packing until the night before, probably around 11 o'clock, which is my style. It's how I roll.
I packed to move like 2.5 months ago, so I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Caitlin and Jamie didn't have the money for professional movers, so they convinced Caitlin's dad to lend a hand and to cover the cost of a rental trailer. If you have a car and not a lot of stuff to move, trailers are the most economical options. The girls were able to move in less than 3 hours for under $100. Since this is their first place, Caitlin and Jamie have very little furniture. In fact, all they've brought with them is a sofa and 2 beds, and the rest is up to us. On a $1,000 budget, I've promised them a fun and stylish living room that will reflect their vibrant personalities while giving them a comfortable space to hang out. I just hope the design and the hot pink paint color is what Caitlin and Jamie had in mind for their first grown-up apartment in the city.
Come see your new place.
Oh my goodness.
This is incredible.
Wow.
Stunning.
Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. I love it. I love it.
I definitely love it too.
We love the makeover. It's amazing. I love the color.
Me too.
The color is called cream soda, and I was like totally taking a chance on it. Caitlin and Jamie did not want anything neutral, so I got to have a lot of fun with color and pattern in here.
It's wild and crazy and wouldn't work for some people, but it definitely works for us.
Definitely. Wow, look at the photos. They're all our photos.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I love that it's just like ceiling to floor.
I made the gallery wall out of photographs from Caitlin and Jamie's travels. Printing them in black and white was a great way to give them uniformity, and it also balances out the bright, bold color on the walls.
And I love, again, that it's our art on the wall. It's pictures that we've taken, and they look beautiful.
I love this rug.
I think the design on the carpet is so cool. It's so funky.
Look at those lamps.
I know, I saw it.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
So many pillows for our friends to sleep over.
It all goes together so nicely without going together in a matchy-matchy kind of way.
I love the shelves. They're so nice, and they're really bold.
I took floating shelves and added painted spindles to create a decorative yet sturdy display unit. This little armchair had dark brown wood legs, so we painted those out white, which gave it new life.
I love the new chair. It's gorgeous.
And this was your couch.
Yeah.
It's just been recovered.
It feels like someplace you can have people over and entertain, and it's warm and cozy but fun.
It's absolutely perfect.
It's definitely us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is.
This apartment is completely transformed because while my design team and I were working in this room, Caitlin and Jamie painted every square inch of the rest of the apartment.
Just a coat of paint, and it changes everything. So I ended up with the room with no natural sunlight coming through, which is unfortunate, but we drew out of a hat.
Caitlin and Jamie painted the kitchen gray, a color that they pulled out of the tiles that were already there. They got permission from the landlord to paint out the trim in a nice, crisp white, and the whole kitchen looks completely transformed.
And I mean, it took us all of a few hours, and it looks so much newer, so much cleaner.
I would say the kitchen was my least favorite room in the house before, and now it's probably one of my favorite rooms in the house.
After this one.
After this one.
Our makeover cost $850. That's just over half a month's rent. And this place is transformed. It's vibrant and fun, a fabulous place for Caitlin and Jamie to spend the next couple years of their lives.
It's exactly what we were looking for. This is perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your help. We never could have done it without you.
I love this apartment. I love where it is. I just feel at home already.
We definitely disagree with people not doing small changes on apartments just because they're rentals, just because they're temporary. I mean, you never know how long you're gonna live here. We could be here 10 years. So do it the first week you move in, and then you know you'll at least be there a year, and you'll have it and you'll enjoy it that much more for the time you actually live there.
This is our tent. This is our home.
It's no longer fun.
Mandy and Steve are tired of living in a tent. You're gonna love this, Mandy.
I'm totally stoked on this room.
We're being really crammed in this space.
Anything's bigger than a tent. For first-time renters, finding an apartment in the big city is an overwhelming task. Gathering references, getting a credit check, and coming up with first and last month's rent isn't easy. First full-time renters, Mandy and Steven, are a young couple who've been splitting their time between camping in a tent in the summer and crashing with friends in the winter.
This is our tent. This is our home.
Everything here is just basic essentials.
I think all of our belongings are in our car. I work for a small not-for-profit.
I'm a musician and a drummer.
I'm not quite the outdoorsman that Steve is. I like being outdoors, but I'm really cushy. I like to eat out, and I like to go home and watch movies.
5, 6 years ago, I loved this lifestyle, but it's no longer fun, really.
There's no warmth, and there's no comforts. You have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee, and it's pouring rain, and I hate that.
There's no way to sort of relax at the end of the day when you're living in a tent in particular.
Not being in the city, trying to find a place has been a huge hurdle.
Places go like almost as soon as they get online.
Mandy and Steve are tired of living in a tent and sleeping on sofas.
They need me to help them find their first rental ever in the big city. I'm making the trek into the wilderness to find out just what this outdoorsy duo are looking for.
When do you guys want to get into your new rental?
The cold weather is starting to come and snow will hit soon, so the sooner the better.
If you guys can hold out a little while, you'll find there's way more selection further into the fall. The very beginning of the fall, all the students come in and take up all the good, inexpensive rentals. What would you say is your wish list?
Main floor, if possible.
Access to a backyard or a deck, no carpets, hardwood floors.
And a little bit of working space.
And storage.
Can you describe the type of neighborhood you'd like to live in?
Close to music venues, cafes.
Access to a park or access to the water would be really nice because we are getting a puppy this fall.
Okay.
So we like to mix sort of the outdoors, again, with a funky area.
Okay, and have you guys thought about your budget yet?
Right now, our goal is to stay at 1,100, everything included, if possible. We don't have a lot of flexibility. We'd like to keep some money to play around with a bit, to go whitewater kayaking, to go skiing, those sorts of activities.
And how long do you see yourself in this particular rental?
I think this is sort of our transition place, like getting our feet on the ground. It's our first step towards a little bit of stability, and then from there, we'd like to grow.
You guys have given me a really great idea of how to look at the rental market through your eyes when I get back to the city. I can't wait to get you guys into a nice warm apartment for the winter.
Sounds good.
When you live outside of the city where you're looking to rent, don't rely solely on the internet. Take a trip into town and look around neighborhoods of interest, hunting for places on foot or by car. Mandy and Steve brought me in to do just that. And first up, I'm showing them an apartment in a converted Victorian, just a few blocks from an artsy neighborhood, slightly west of downtown.
So we're in your favorite neighborhood, right where you want to be.
Absolutely. This is totally where we wanted to be.
Okay, and we've got the main floor of a house, so let's go check it out. So come on in. What's cool about this place is that the landlord, Marco, lives upstairs, so he's been working on updating the place. Brand new cabinetry, new backsplash, new countertops.
The kitchen is amazing.
The really neat thing about this kitchen is it's huge. Enough room for another workspace and for an eating area, which is great. You rarely see a kitchen this big in a rental.
Yeah, I'm totally liking it. I'm digging this.
Yeah, it's great. Natural light, lots of space, new countertops and cabinetry were a big plus.
The one thing that I wanted to sort of bring to your attention is the backyard doesn't really have like a grassy area for a dog.
Having a dog and just being able to put her out without thinking twice about it, especially with a puppy, is really important.
Yeah, that's something we'd have to talk about.
Sure.
Okay, I'll leave you guys with that. Let's just check out the bathroom. Have a look.
Mandy has more of a tendency to need some space in the bathroom.
Could be an issue. And when you're getting ready, I like counter space. There's just a sink, but like the big mirror, it's really funky.
I think Mandy and Steve can make the bathroom work. So the bedroom's not huge. You definitely fit a queen-size bed in here, but it does have a big double closet.
Where are you gonna put your stuff?
Good one, MJ.
So I think the bedroom would be perfect for us. Having that neutral color, just you could already envision our stuff in it, which was really great.
You're gonna love this, Mandy.
Ooh, I do love it. So much character.
It's great, eh?
The living room is the deal maker for me. It's got the vibe, it's got tons of space.
It was warm, it was organic, it was simple, it was clean. It was exactly what I was hoping for.
So what I was thinking with this room is we could make it a living room with an office in it.
In a rental, if you need to create a double-duty space, make use of every inch and work with the room's shape. Inexpensive desks can be tucked into the corner to create workspace for two. Floating shelves for storage are easy to install yourself, and a neutral rug will help diffuse some noise from the hardwood floors.
Love it.
Cool, yeah, I'm totally stoked on this room.
Would you still be stoked on this place if I spent a little bit more of your money than you told me to?
Depends how much.
This place is $1,200 per month inclusive.
We really love the place. If it was $1,100, we would take it right here on the spot, but it's not. It's a little bit higher, it's 12, so I think we need some time to discuss it.
I go on the 3-strike rule, and we really had 2 strikes with this place.
I nailed everything on their wish list, but the price and the backyard. So we'll see if they go for it.
Like most renters, Mandy and Steve are working with a tight budget without much wiggle room. So I'm taking them to see a main floor rental in a smaller, semi-detached home that's been converted into 3 apartments. It's about a 15-minute bus ride away from their desired downtown neighborhood. But with the rents a bit lower in this neck of the woods, I'm hoping it will rival the pricier Victorian.
Guys, we're in a slightly different neighborhood than was your preference. And obviously it's not a Victorian, it's a newer house, but it has a renovated kitchen and bathroom, so I thought it was really worth showing you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, follow me. Come on in. So this room is kind of small, but it has the bay window, really great ceiling height.
I don't really care for the laminate floors, just takes away some of that character.
Living room is probably our most important element in terms of creating the vibe that we want, and this living room didn't have it.
It's really small. It's really not that small when you remove all the tenants' belongings that are bulky and filling up the space, and anything's bigger than a tent. Okay, well, let's check out the bedroom and see if that works.
Okay.
You'd have to put a wardrobe in because there's no closet, but definitely you could fit a big bed.
There's not a closet, there's carpet. We're being really crammed in this space.
You can work with it a bit, but it might be a compromise.
Sure.
Let's check out the kitchen.
Cool.
Okay. So this kitchen has been newly renovated. It's got all new cabinetry, very modern. It's got a gas stove, which I think is fabulous.
I like that.
And it's a big, big kitchen, which is great because this is the only area where you could really create an office space as well.
Shelving units are inexpensive but valuable in a rental. Using a large unit from floor to ceiling will give you lots of storage for both kitchen and work items. In a small rental, it's a great solution for giving a room dual purpose. A long tabletop can be affixed to the unit to maximize space. Renters should always check the as-is section of big box stores for things like lone tabletops or spare parts to get creative in small spaces.
Does that work for you guys?
It's not really optimal.
Yeah, I think that would be tough. I don't think it would work.
The fact that it's being slashed with our office space is the big issue for me.
It's unfortunate this place doesn't have access to a backyard, which I know is really important to you, but it does have a great storage space. So it would fit all of your sports gear, skis, kayaks, the works.
The backyard here is a big issue for us. Again, with having a new puppy, there's not even a front yard space that we can use instead, so I think that's a real drag.
The number one reason I brought you guys here is price. This place is $1,000 all inclusive, and the landlord is negotiable.
Yeah, for sure. That is a bonus.
It's definitely worth talking about.
The bonus with this place is that it's potentially below our target, and because it's negotiable, it might be as low as 900.
This place is a real test for Mandy and Steve. They say they want to save money, and I need to figure out just what lengths they're willing to go to do so.
I tend to be more of a stickler, though, in terms of character and what we want. So I'm willing to talk about price.
If price is open for discussion, there's definitely more chance of getting them what they want. So we're headed back to their favorite downtown area, where I've managed to find them a rental in a small pocket where outdoor space is easier to come by. The 2-bedroom unit is on the 2nd floor in a converted semi-detached home that houses 4 separate units.
All right, guys, I think you're gonna love this place. It's 2 bedrooms. We're smack dab in the middle of the neighborhood you wanna be in, and it's got a huge backyard. The landlord just built a shed, and he's working on a great big deck with a staircase down to the backyard, so you guys would have fabulous access.
Great, cool.
Let's have a look. Okay. Come on up. So, this is the living room.
Cool.
It may not be hardwood, but new laminate is the next best thing.
It's very bright.
Yeah, very bright. A little tight. Sort of thing, when you open the door and you walk in, the first thing you see is this tight living room with doors off each wall, which makes it a little tricky.
Yeah, I know it's hard to figure out where you'd place a couch, so you kind of have to be very sparse in this room. But let's just keep looking because there's some other really good attributes. The bathrooms are behind you. It's been renovated.
Okay, cool. Looks nice.
Yeah, it looks clean. It's great.
Cool.
The bathroom's big, and it's just been renovated. There's loads of storage, and I think it'll really work for them.
It looks clean and it's new, and I really like the cabinetry, so I was happy with it.
Yeah, and there's shelving and storage area, which was nice. Pretty spacious. It's an area where maybe the dog could be at certain times because it's ceramic floors, so she's not going to mess up any wood floors. stand-up shower. I'm not a bath person, so that doesn't bother me. So it has everything that I would need in a bathroom.
So come check out the kitchen.
It's tight.
Yeah, it is. Lots of counter space. What I like about the kitchen is that there's lots of counter space. I like to cook, so that works for me.
We can definitely work with it.
Yeah, it's tight, but I like that it's bright, it's open and airy, and I'm not sure whose number this is, but hopefully it's like pizza or some sort of wonderful delivery.
Perfect.
So when they do the renovation, that'll be the door to the deck.
Cool. Having the deck added on to the kitchen, even though it's long and narrow, will be a huge bonus because in the warmer months, we can have that door open. It will totally double our space, which will make it better than manageable.
Come check out the office. So this is advertised as a second bedroom, but I thought it would be perfect for both of your home offices.
One of the big selling features of this place is the office space. It's more than what we were hoping for.
The fact that there's a separate room that Mandy and Steve can use for their offices is fantastic. It means they won't have to have their workspace in their living room. Let's check out the master bedroom. I think you're gonna like it.
It's big.
The bedroom here is massive.
So this is a big step up from a tent.
Absolutely. It's got so much space. I love it.
Mandy and Steve have come from university residence rooms with desks and then living in a tent. So having a dedicated bedroom that's a nice size would be really great for them.
Yeah, we could do a lot with this.
Yeah, I think it's loaded with potential. Storage is an easy fix. Used pieces work great in a rental because you can paint them any color to match the tone of the room. An armoire and a dresser will make up for the lack of closets here. A great DIY project for renters is to frame the bed with an inexpensive homemade headboard and use an ottoman as a footstool, pieces you can take with you.
Jodi did give us some good ideas about sectioning off a different space or adding a hutch or an armoire.
It's got most of the stuff you're looking for, but it's $1,200 per month inclusive.
It is a 2-bedroom place, and so chances of finding an office under $1,200 are very slim. So it's okay.
Budget is definitely going to be a factor in their decision between 3 units. A Victorian with historic charm, a smaller 1-bedroom at a great price, and a second-floor unit with a fantastic backyard. Which rental will replace their tent and campground? So guys, we've seen a bunch of places. What do you think?
The Victorian was by far the winner when you looked at the house alone.
It had a wonderful space. It was really large with the high ceilings. It had the character. So it would have made a really neat office/living space, but it didn't have a lot of space outdoors.
There's no porch, there's no patio, there was no backyard. And especially for the dog, that would also be a major issue.
Okay.
We knew that we weren't interested in the smaller 1-bedroom because the only thing that was good about that was the price.
The rooms were really small. We'd have to work in the kitchen. There wasn't really a backyard space for the dog.
And what about the second-story place?
It doesn't have, obviously, what the Victorian has. It doesn't have the hardwood floors. It doesn't have quite that character. On the other hand, though, it has the backyard.
And it has the second bedroom that we can use as an office.
What was wonderful is that the bedroom was so large that there might be a lot of opportunity to do some interesting things with that space.
So which one's it gonna be?
We're gonna go with the second-story place.
Sounds like it was a no-brainer choice for Mandy and Steve. Great location, 2 separate bedrooms, and outdoor space to boot. When one place has it all, you need to jump on it quickly. So who's gonna make the call?
I guess I will.
Never underestimate the power of connecting with a landlord. If your personalities click, that's a great sign. It promises the landlord an easy working relationship, which can go a long way, especially in Mandy and Steve's case, since they don't have references from past landlords. If they can convince this landlord that they'd be responsible tenants, a security deposit might be all they need to seal the deal.
So it sounds like it's still available. Just gotta go and see what happens.
Perfect. Well, best of luck. Let me know how it goes. Give me a shout once you've spoken to him. If you've never signed a lease before, you're gonna need to arm yourself with as much information as you can. You'll need a printed credit report, a letter from your employer stating your earnings, and letters of reference. Luckily, those documents were enough for Mandy and Steve to snatch up this great rental on the spot.
Once we spoke to the landlord, it was sort of a done deal.
He's got his canoe out back. He's building shelves for our kayaks.
He's giving us a space in the garden.
Just little things that would have been added cost to us, so it makes $1,200 really worth it.
It's amazing the difference that a landlord can make. Mandy and Steve liked this place at first glance, but once they got to know that the landlord is very similar to them and wants to improve his investment, they love it.
Coming from a campground, Mandy and Steve had very little stuff. So with minimal furniture, they were able to save on moving costs and simply borrowed a friend's truck. When you're moving into your first rental and don't have a lot of furniture, look online at websites where people sell used items for a steal. Mandy and Steve were able to snatch up some furniture from listings they found within the neighborhood, which made it inexpensive and easy. They got a used couch and a bed in great condition for under $300. After years of sleeping in a tent, these two deserve a cozy bedroom where they can finally relax. I'm surprising them with a bedroom makeover that will capture their character, give them a bit of that organic feeling they love while staying within a $1,000 budget, less than 1 month's rent. To give them some storage, we found a beautiful wood armoire in a second-hand store, and we're giving it a fresh coat of paint to bring it back to life. I've chosen a neutral gray for the walls to create a serene environment where the accessories can take center stage. We're repurposing an old ottoman by covering it with a lush fabric and accenting it with studs that snap right in. This piece can be used anywhere in the apartment if they need extra seating. I just hope it's the change they were looking for after trading in their tent.
Wow.
Cool.
Very nice. There's so much to take in.
We didn't have any closets, and so they've taken a room without any closet space, and they've added some nice pieces, and so it feels really good.
Ooh, even this matches this.
There you go.
Little details, that's cool.
Love this.
Yeah, I really dig that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
I thought it was something that you guys would really like, and I could see you taking it on with you to, different places.
It's totally our style, and yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome.
It's perfect.
Having like solid fixture pieces that I'll be moving to a next home makes it feel grounded, and that's what I wanted.
How do you like the light fixture?
It's crazy.
I saw one of these at a really high-end furniture store, and it was $3,000. What I did is I got an $80 chandelier, and we strung twigs around it with wire, painted it in a really matte color, and $100 later, voila.
Very cool.
I was so excited to give this couple who's been living in a tent a really comfy, cozy, welcoming bed to come home to. The cottons are all organic and they're all very traditional prints, but they become so modern when you mix them all together.
This is really nice.
Good. For your window treatments, we just did a very simple bamboo roller blind.
Little things like that make a big difference.
It's a really small investment, even if you leave it behind when you go.
It doesn't feel like a rental space, which is something I was really hoping for through this experience, and it just feels like home, which is really nice.
And that's kind of a neat touch.
Those were screens, so we bought 2 of them and took the hinges off and turned it into a headboard for you.
Great.
This is like a luxury for me, and I'm not really sure what I do with it, but it looks cool.
I think that's where you sit to put your socks on.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. See, I need someone to sort of give me a set of instructions with all this stuff, and the idea of putting my socks on that thing makes sense. It's perfect. I love it.
That's good. We'll have you trained in no time.
Yeah, exactly.
The living room had a troubled past as far as paint goes. We painted a very nice, tasteful, neutral color, and voila.
For me, that's one of the biggest things, is walking into the living room and to have that different paint on the walls, and so it's not like this bright thing that makes me feel like I'm in this little space, because it is a small living room. That makes a huge difference, and we have a couch. We've never owned a couch. It sounds ridiculous, but that's a big part of this whole space, is to have a place that we feel at home and we feel comfortable.
The kitchen here is pretty tiny, but Mandy and Steve can pull some bar stools up to the counter, and they've got an instant breakfast bar.
I love the rack.
The pot rack.
The pot rack.
It totally fills the room perfectly.
The office was a bonus space for Mandy and Steve.
Having an office is a total luxury. Both of us work from home a lot, so it'll be really beneficial to us.
Yeah.
The bathroom itself was very modern. We gave it a quick coat of paint in a nice woodsy color and removed the mismatched floating shelving.
That punch of green makes the space a little bit more fun.
I came in right on budget. $1,000 for the bedroom makeover and just some paint and small accessories throughout the apartment.
We got what we wanted with this place completely. This whole thing was about landing ourselves on our feet and building a home base from which we can also grow, and I think everything fits really nicely.
I think for young professionals that are still renting, it's worth putting, whether it's a month's rent or whatever you're comfortable with, into your space to make it homey.
Mandy and Steve are planning on living here for at least a couple of years, so it's absolutely worth the money to make the place comfortable and stylish.
The overall picture, it's bang on. It's home. We had looked in the city at a different time, and all these great places were coming up, so it's just this year seemed to be crazy for some reason.
And I didn't know at that time that we were embarking on a 4-month process.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes a lot of time. So I'm done with it.
You're done with it?
I'm done.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Again, we're gonna be renters for life.
That's right.
It has to be a green apartment.
I'm very passionate about the environment.
I'm pretty sure you guys are my first green clients.
Energy Star appliances, that's good.
It's great it's got new windows, but there's a 2-inch gap underneath this door. In today's market, environmental responsibility is more than just a fad, but finding an affordable green rental downtown is a surprisingly difficult task. Evette and Paul are a 30-something couple who are looking to downsize from a 3-bedroom home to something with a smaller ecological footprint.
When Paul and I got together, I thought I was green, and Paul has shown me way new aspects of being green.
I'm very passionate about the environment. I admit, if I see recyclables on the street, I'll pick them up and bring them home, put them in a recycling box.
It's a little embarrassing at times. I have to hide my head or walk 10 feet ahead of him, but deep down inside, I'm very proud.
Not when you're with me, I don't do it.
Paul and I are both registered massage therapists. We've been in this house for about 1.5 years now, and we absolutely love it, but it's just too big for us.
I've seen how much waste there is, and I thought, okay, I want to change my lifestyle to suit that belief. Getting a smaller apartment is part of that scaling back process and is a very big step in that direction.
I really want to move a lot closer to work. Why not centralize? Why not walk to work, bike to work, all that great stuff?
Tired of burning gas in a commute and heating a house that's bigger than they need, this couple called me to help them find a green space in the heart of the city.
Hi, Jodi.
Hi.
Come on in. Welcome to our home.
This is a really nice space.
This is our dining room.
I love your table.
Oh, thank you.
It's gorgeous. If you had to make a laundry list of the types of things that you need in your rental, what would it be?
Absolutely top of the list. It has to be a green apartment, that we don't have leaky windows and all sorts of energy hemorrhaging out of the place. We'd like to be closer to the kind of university area. That's where both of our workplaces are. We definitely need 2 bedrooms. We'd love to have laundry and an outdoor entertaining area of some kind. We've got a really great barbecue.
Evette and I love to cook on it, and we can't part with that.
Yeah.
So definitely that would be a very important thing for us.
Yeah.
And what do you want to spend closer to downtown?
We'd love to start at somewhere around 12 plus.
Okay, well, $1,200 is a very tight budget for 2 bedrooms in the downtown core where everybody else wants to live.
Yeah, if we were really blown away, we could go like a little bit higher, 1,400 or 1,500. That might fly for us. Yeah.
Okay, that gives me a little bit of breathing room. When we're looking at places, I'd ask that you don't say absolutely not to a place that isn't necessarily energy efficient. There might be a situation where we can negotiate a little bit with a landlord.
That's a good tip.
I'm pretty sure you guys are my first green clients, so I look forward to working together.
Great, we are so excited.
For eco-friendly renters, it may feel as though options are limited, but the internet is a fabulous resource. Check green living websites and message boards to find other eco-enthusiasts in your area who might be able to help you on your search. I'm taking Evette and Paul to a rental that's just a 5-minute walk to the vibrant university area they were hoping for. It's the 2nd floor of a house that has 3 units within. Because of its central location, they would have the option of walking or biking to work, or choosing between subway and bus routes. There's lots of green travel options at their disposal.
Guys, I found you a place that is right in the heart of the neighborhood you wanted to be in. Now, the place is just renovated. Let's go see how green the reno is. Great.
Great.
So let's just go up and straight to the back.
The color of the entire place is Tropical Punch Orange, which is a little bit of a stumbling block. So it's a galley kitchen.
Nice. Energy Star appliances, that's good.
I don't know if I can cook in here. There's not a lot of counter space, and there's certainly not a lot of storage space.
They said they wanted to downsize. I thought Evette would love the kitchen because it's all wood, which is great, and it's got all the Energy Star rated appliances in it, but she thought it was just way too small. So this would be the living room. It's got new windows, they're double pane, so they're energy efficient, but there is no dining room, and this room is not much bigger than your current living room.
It's great that it's got new windows, but they're totally defeated by this door. It's not fitted, and there's like a 2-inch gap underneath.
Leaky openings and cracks mean a loss of warm and cool air and wasted energy. Some weather stripping usually does the trick, but because this door is unfitted, you can negotiate with the landlord to replace it. But the door does lead to a deck that I think would be a great new home for your beloved barbecue.
Wow, this is a great deck.
Yeah, it's a not bad size, eh?
Yeah. I think it's the saving grace of the whole apartment. The deck, I love. Okay, so this is the bathroom. It's pretty tiny, eh?
Yeah, it's kind of small, but it's got everything new. It's not bad.
The bathroom is pretty tight. I don't know if that would work for them. They would definitely have to get ready separately. Second bedroom. It's a fairly decent sized room, so I was hoping because it's big enough, it could do double duty as your massage room and guest room.
Well, it's definitely big enough. I love the floors, and we've got the double pane window in here, so it's a great room.
All right, let's check out the master. Stacked washer dryer.
That's great.
And a huge master bedroom.
Very nice, and it looks like a double closet there.
Now, what I was thinking with this room is because it's so big, this room could serve double duty since the living area in this rental is so small. A cozy seating area doesn't have to cost a lot with some recycled furniture pieces. Installing a ceiling fan is an easy project to help any rental become more energy efficient. It'll allow you to use less air conditioning in the summer and circulate the warm air in the winter.
I think it has potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, the price here is a little over budget, $14.95 per month plus hydro.
It's kind of dead on at the top of our budget. We could go to that level.
Yeah, I think it would take some real consideration. We're not really 100% sure.
Yeah.
I know Evette and Paul are looking to reduce their carbon footprint. They want a smaller space, maybe not this small. Evette and Paul want to downsize to a smaller, eco-friendly rental, so I found a place that would provide 2 bedrooms while taking up less space. The rental covers 2 floors of a converted house with laundry in the basement, but with smaller rooms, new windows, and radiant heating, it might fit the green bill. We're slightly north of their preferred neighborhood, but close enough that it's only a 10-minute subway ride to work. I know we're a little bit outside of the neighborhood that you want to be in, but we're on the subway line, and this is a 2-story semi-detached with loads of potential. So you gotta check it out. Great. So come on in.
Oh, wow. I like the fireplace. It looks like it works. That's a nice alternative heating source.
Yeah, and this place has radiant heat, and that's a way more consistent heat, so it doesn't come on and off all the time.
And it's not as dry.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I think the dining room's bigger than yours. I was picturing that beautiful dining room table that you've got.
Yeah, and there's plenty of space for it.
Yeah, and I loved the fact that it's open to the kitchen.
This is just terrific.
And there's access to a great backyard, perfect for the barbecue.
Great. These appliances are ancient history, and I am sure they're just energy pigs.
The landlord did mention to me that she was thinking about upgrading the appliances, so that's something that you would only find out in a lease negotiation if she's actually willing to do it.
I think the appliances would definitely be a deal breaker.
And I mean, it's lacking some character, I think, too, right? So I've put some thought to it, and there's some really nice things you could do with this kitchen. Aside from new appliances, there are a few ways for a renter to green up this room. I'd start by adding extra counter space that can double as a breakfast bar with an eco-friendly countertop material made from recycled paper. A hanging lantern made from natural fibers will diffuse the light after upgrading to an energy-saving fluorescent bulb, which uses 1/3 of the energy of regular light bulbs. Can you see that working?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's check out upstairs. there's two rooms that are about the same size. This one's longer, the other one's wider and has a bigger window. Wait till you see the master.
Oh, okay. Well, I love the ceiling fan.
Oh yeah, it's a great ecological alternative to air conditioning. The closets are pretty standard, probably very similar to the ones you have at home.
Believe it or not, there's more closets than we have at home. Well, the bathroom's cute. It's nice and new.
The bathroom's decent enough. It has everything you need.
This is a fabulous place, and it rents for only $1,400 per month.
Wow.
Utilities are split with the basement tenant. You guys would pay 60%. So what do you guys think?
It's definitely a better price. It's great to save some money. I'm not 100% keen on splitting the utilities because it means I don't have as much control over how much energy I'm able to save.
This is a fairly energy efficient house, but those appliances might be a major deal breaker.
Most renters want more space, but need to pay top dollar to get in a coveted neighborhood. Since Evette and Paul want less space, there's a better chance of finding an affordable rental close to their workplaces. We're back in the central university area to see the main floor of a house that's been divided into two rentals, with shared laundry in the basement.
This is one of your favorite neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It's a great area, 5 minutes from both of your offices. This place is clearly under construction, but it's the main floor of a house and it's got a great backyard, so I knew you'd be interested.
Okay, great.
Let's have a peek inside.
Okay.
So come on in. I'm taking a really big risk showing Evette and Paul this unfinished place. They're gonna really have to use their imaginations to envision what this place might look like finished.
It's not bad. I like that it's all open. It's the living, dining kind of separation here. It's not a very big space, so
Right.
we have to get a little creative.
Let's see if you like the master. It's just
Sure.
at the front. The master obviously was originally the living room. So we have an ancient fireplace. And obviously they did sort of a makeshift closet in here as well.
Looks like someone just took a bunch of pieces of wood and stuff and kind of just slapped them together.
If we could get rid of that closet, it would be totally workable. It's okay. It's good that it's not any smaller. I think it's just workable.
Let's see the rest of the house.
Okay, great.
So we like the fact that the kitchen is open concept.
It's really big, so that's
Yeah.
what it's got going for it. I'm particularly excited about the gas stove. It's a lot more efficient than an electric stove, so it's nice to see.
You guys are really gonna use your imaginations for the back of the house. This is the area that's getting the most amount of work.
Yes, under construction.
Kind of a tribute to 2x4s.
There's a real surprise in here. This rental has an imaginary sunroom in the back. Right now it looks like a deck with a bit of a roof on it.
Oh boy.
I don't think I'd want to move in here as it is today.
If you can picture a really nice sunroom, this wall will be out. So windows all the way around, light pouring into your kitchen across the back of the house.
Okay.
You'll have access to the backyard. So this could double as your guest room and office, extra seating area.
Yeah.
So
You know what? I'm excited about this. This is great.
You can picture it?
I can picture it.
Evette and Paul could really see that it's going to be a beautiful room that'll add value to the house. There could be a chance that it's not finished by the time you move in.
Right. Okay, so that's something to consider.
I know you had some concerns about fitting a living and dining area into the living room, so here's what I'm thinking.
To fit your large dining table in this small space, we need to place it against the wall with chairs surrounding. That leaves the opposite wall for the couch. Here, we'd hang a graphic fabric behind the couch as an inexpensive art installation, easy to do in any rental. It can be pulled to one side to change up the tone of the room. We'd paint the entire space with an enviro-friendly low VOC paint, a greener alternative that saves not only the environment, but the air you breathe from harmful fumes and vapors.
Okay, so things are beginning to gel. I'm beginning to like it a little bit better already.
And all of this for only $11.50. I came in way under budget on this one.
Wow. I really couldn't believe how affordable this apartment is. The state of it kind of makes me wonder if that has anything to do with the price.
I think that has something to do with it.
I think we should go to a coffee shop, sit down, and talk about all the places that we've seen and figure out which one is really the best one for you.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
The second floor rental with a huge master bedroom, the 2-story place with 3 smaller bedrooms, or the cost-effective main floor under construction. Which rental will be home to Evette and Paul's green lifestyle?
I've shown you guys a variety of places in and outside of the neighborhood you're really interested in. Let's just talk about them, go through them and see which one might be the one. What do you think about the 2nd-story stucco?
It's new and renovated, and it looks great. The place does look awesome, and then there's a back deck, which is a bonus, of course, a place to put our barbecue.
The dimensions and the layout, they're perfectly good. Kitchen was teeny tiny.
And let's talk about the 2-story.
The 2-story is beautiful. It's a great rental. It was just a little outside of our area.
Yeah.
Our real goal was to walk to work, and we'd still do transit if we were to take that place.
How do you feel about the one that's under renovation right now?
I don't know, I'm intrigued.
The layout is good. It's got what we want. Of course, the big downside is the renovation. Is it going to be done by the time that we would move in?
Yeah.
That's the question we have to ask the
There's so many
landlord.
pluses, but the negative is so huge.
So which one would you choose?
With location being a top priority for a quick walk to work, sounds like rental number 1 and number 3 are the front runners. But will price sweeten the deal of the messy reno over the brand new completed one?
I think we're leaning towards the reno.
Wow, roll a dice.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked.
I think the pros really outweigh the cons.
Well, as long as the landlord can get the place done, I think that's the best choice.
So if you want to make that place yours now, my advice would be that you call the landlord. I would create a list of specific questions about the renovation.
That's a great idea.
And I would ask to have a couple of walkthroughs between now and your moving day so that you get to monitor how the renovation is going.
It's probably a really good idea.
So why don't you give the landlord a shout now?
When a rental is under construction, renters may have the opportunity to impact some of the choices.
We just had a couple of concerns.
That could be good news for eco-friendly tenants who can specifically request things like low-flow shower heads and low VOC paint. Most landlords will support those things since they'll reduce water or energy costs overall. Make sure you get everything in writing once you've discussed it with the landlord.
Bye.
So what do you say about the renovation? It's going to be done?
Oh, absolutely, it'll be done.
Sure. Well,
It's an ironclad guarantee.
Awesome. That's awesome, actually.
It sounds like we'll have an idea tomorrow afternoon.
Good. Well, I hope that walkthrough goes great. Evette and Paul went and met with the landlord the very next day and signed a lease. They still have faith that it'll be ready by moving day.
The landlord has made some progress in the renovations, and it looks like they should be on schedule, so...
Fingers crossed, it'll be fine.
The dumpster is still on the front lawn and it's moving day. Unfortunately, their renovation is not going to be complete, but Evette and Paul asked the landlord if he would forego rent until it's in livable condition, and he agreed. Still enthusiastic about their move, Evette and Paul called on friends for help, but hastily booked a small rental van. When they realized their mistake, they tried to upgrade just a few days before, but at the last minute there weren't any big trucks left to rent. That made for many trips and a lesson learned.
Hint for the ecologically green-friendly person, get one larger vehicle and make less trips, and you use less fuel, and the larger vehicles tend to run on diesel, which is also much more fuel efficient. So, less trips, less headaches.
At least they'll be living rent-free, so that will offset the extra moving costs. With the entire place looking like a construction nightmare, it's a good thing Evette and Paul have the vision to see beyond the mess. The delayed renovation set back my makeover plans by a few weeks, but now that the room is clear, I'm giving us a $1,000 budget to turn it into a living dining room that they can finally settle into. The entire place is getting a fresh coat of environmentally responsible and healthier, low VOC paint. That means less fumes and harmful chemicals polluting the air. I've sourced out organic fabrics to use throughout the apartment. Making your own curtain panels is a great idea in a rental. Once you've chosen a fabric and cut it to size, easy grommets that snap into place are all you need to finish them off. And I've got big plans for a bold print to accent the living area. I just hope it lives up to their expectations after the disappointment of their unfinished reno.
Come see your new space.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my, this is amazing. The sofa's beautiful.
We wanted to create as much seating space as possible in the smaller space, so we went with an L shape with the open side through the traffic area.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I think the dining table looks absolutely fantastic in here. I wasn't about to get rid of it.
Yvette is very attached to her dining room table, and I can see why. It's gorgeous. Normally, I would say it's too big for this space, but because it's glass, it works. Now, and I know you love to cook.
I love the chalkboard. This is fantastic.
So that's a repurposed full-length mirror. Took the glass out, and what I did with that is I went the full length of the table, which kind of anchors the table and gives it purpose in that spot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're making a nice meal, you can announce what's on the menu. You know,
Or I can just write feed yourself.
Sure.
It's in the microwave.
With all the beautiful stuff in here, what I like most is this curtain. I just keep getting drawn to it. I love the fabric. It's just fantastic.
I used unbleached fabrics and organic cottons as much as I could in this room.
Oh, I didn't even see the light fixture.
That was sort of my favorite thing because I thought it really brought in natural, but modern.
What is it made of? That's fantastic.
It's wicker, so it's a natural fiber.
That's very cool.
That is awesome. I was really, really pleased to see the kitchen painted. I love that it's all the same color and really brings the space together. I think it's beautiful.
Evette and Paul weren't crazy about the closet in the bedroom. With the landlord's permission, they removed it and created enough space to accommodate their king-size bed. The addition has new doors and windows and is fully insulated. So when it's done, it'll be completely energy efficient.
When we took the apartment, the design of the back, it was a completely different design. It wasn't nearly as nice. The landlord had to tear it all down, unfortunately, and start again. It's worked out in our favor. It's got a beautiful sliding glass door that's dead in the center of the room. And at the end of the day, it's a better, bigger, and brighter space. It'll definitely be finished soon, and I think it's gonna look fantastic.
I came in right on budget, reusing much of what Evette and Paul already had. I spent only $1,000 for the makeover and the low VOC paint that we used throughout.
It was well worth taking the chance because, hey, we got what we wanted, really.
Thanks a lot, Jodi.
My pleasure.
Evette and Paul set out to downsize and reduce their carbon footprint. When all is said and done, they'll have a cozy place that's energy efficient.
Moving sucked. Took us all day. We started at 8 in the morning and finished at 2 a.m. And then we had to come back the next day.
Because we had a little tiny van. We did get rid of a lot of stuff, but it's never enough.
But yeah, more could go.
I think one of the hardest parts is looking at something and going, oh, but we might need this. And you don't.
Actually telling anyone that you're a musician makes it very difficult to rent a place. So this is the tour bus. I'm looking for the living room in our new house to be a little bigger than this. This is how we attempt to, your knee. The kitchen was pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is amazing. This is great.
It smells like a basement.
Which one is it going to be?
Where do you begin to search for a rental when you move to a new city and don't know the lay of the land? Marne and her musician husband, Shawn, are finding out just how difficult it is to look for a rental when you don't know one neighborhood from the next.
Crown King's a band I started when I was in high school. A couple years ago, we were touring over in Australia.
The first night that we met, he was a stinky band boy. He was horribly drunk. He'd ripped his shirt off. That was pretty much my first impression. I was horrified.
I didn't think we were going to talk about that. Soon enough, she moved to Canada, and we were married like 3 months after that. Yeah, we don't...
That's how we do things, right?
Yeah, very impulsive.
When Shawn's band landed a record deal in a new city, they packed up the tour bus and moved cross-country.
My band owns a school bus converted into a tour bus, so we figured we'll drive it across the country. This is the bus. I'm looking for the living room in our new house to be a little bigger than this. This is my bed on tour.
And my bed.
Yeah.
This is my privacy right here.
Yeah.
That's my privacy. Mm-hmm.
So this is how we attempt to, your knee, This isn't ideal. We need an apartment.
Yeah.
It's a bus full of
snoring,
men.
slurring,
Slobbering, stinky boys.
Now they need me to introduce them to a neighborhood they'll love and a rental large enough for them and the occasional band practice.
Hi!
Hey!
Shawn?
Nice to finally meet you.
So you guys need a place like pronto.
ASAP would be great.
Okay. Who does this place have to accommodate?
We actually have a couple of my bandmates that are going to be moving
That's
in
why
with
we need
us.
a lot of space. We have a small dog, so we also
so
need
4
to-
people,
plus
a dog.
I think we want a place that's near public transit, so Marnie can get to work easily in a cool neighborhood where we can walk out the front door, go, have dinner, around the block.
I went 2 bathrooms for a bit of space, living with 3 guys. Definitely in-suite laundry as well, and a safe neighborhood. These guys travel a lot, they go on tour, and they're away a fair bit, so feeling really safe with me and my dog is really important too. We want to keep everything under about $2,000 a month, plus utilities.
Okay. And I'll be able to give you some fairly good guidance on what neighborhoods I feel you would be safe in.
Yeah, our dog's not much of a guard dog. It's about this big, so.
What have you got?
Chihuahua.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys, and I think this is gonna be fun.
Shawn and Marne have been trying to find a rental, not knowing the neighborhoods here, and they're on a serious deadline.
When you're new to a city, word of mouth goes a long way. Talk to staff of stores and restaurants in neighborhoods that might be of interest. They'll give you an honest opinion about the safety of the area. I'm taking Shawn and Marne to a central spot that's tucked between 2 coveted neighborhoods, a downtown college area with a hip urban vibe and a more upscale trendy neighborhood, so safety shouldn't be an issue. The rental is a 3-bedroom that occupies the upper 2 floors of a semi-detached house that has 2 other apartments within and shared laundry in the basement.
This is a 3-bedroom, semi-detached in an area we love. Bit of a busy street, but that means you've got 24-hour transit right at your door. Let's have a look inside.
The foyer downstairs, the doors go into another apartment, or?
They do. The landlord actually lives on the main floor.
I'm always coming home late at night. I don't want to make too much noise.
What do you guys think about the kitchen?
There's not a lot of counter space.
No dishwasher, which means that I'm the dishwasher.
There's not a lot of counter space, but having the table in the kitchen, I think would give us the space we'd need.
All right, let's keep looking. Bathroom's right here.
It's big. Yeah, there's plenty of room.
1 bathroom. Split.
1 bathroom, yeah.
With there only being 1 bathroom would mean that I would have to share with 3 other guys, which could get a little messy.
So I think this bedroom would be one of the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't need much space.
So this is the only bedroom on this floor. The other 2 are upstairs.
Different.
Yeah.
I find it claustrophobic.
The slanted ceiling takes away some of the space in the room and would make it difficult for us to fit our furniture.
Now, this room and the room on the other side of the staircase are pretty much the mirror image of each other. What makes this room different, and the reason why I think this should be your room, is because it has access to the rooftop terrace. Watch your head, guys.
Oh, wow. This is amazing.
How'd you feel about everyone coming through our bedroom to
Oh,
use the deck?
yeah.
Not so hot.
I'm not cool with that.
The rooftop deck's a major selling feature. It's got a wicked view.
With the boys partying at all hours of the night while I'm sleeping because I have to get up for work the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is another solution. You guys could use the living room as your bedroom. And it's on the main floor, which might even be better for the dog.
Way, way better for the dog.
Oh, wow.
It is the biggest room in the house.
Is this closet?
It's like a mini closet.
Yeah.
I think because it's so big, you could do a lot with this room.
I'd start by positioning the bed against the far wall with a funky light fixture above. The perfect way to add a bit of glam to a bedroom in a rental. On the adjacent wall, we could create a vanity area for Marne by using a repurposed desk with a mirror above. When you're sharing a rental with roommates, try to make use of whatever personal space you have. With some wallpaper and a clean color palette, we'd create a hotel chic vibe.
The room allows us to have a little more privacy as a married couple living with 2 single guys, which would be great. 3 single guys if he gets in trouble.
The ticket price is a little bit over your budget of $2,000 at $2,100. But that includes everything: heat, hydro, water,
internet. Is this something to think about?
Yeah.
We're right in between two amazing neighborhoods. It's safe, there's tons of families around.
We love the balcony.
It's a little bit more expensive, it's over top of a landlord, and it doesn't have a second bathroom, so I guess we'll see if location is really #1 to them.
Since Marne and Shawn are a married couple moving in with roommates, they need space. To get it, we need to go just a little bit north of the downtown core to a residential neighborhood. It's a safe area with lots of single-family homes, but it's urban enough that it's close to its own little strip of restaurants and stores. Because it's outside of the city center, it's about a 7-minute walk to a bus that takes you to the subway. I wanted to show them an entire detached house, though, to find out if they're willing to sacrifice location for space.
Guys, I found you a whole detached house, and we're only a couple of blocks to a pretty major street with some good restaurants. This place has a lot of pluses. Let's have a look inside. Okay? Sure. So it's got a fairly modern kitchen.
You walk right into the kitchen in this house, and that's kind of neat. The kitchen was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Green countertops are a bit
different. Retro.
Yeah, we could definitely make a feast in here.
Great, let's carry on.
Great.
So this is like a combination living dining.
Yeah, this is nice.
Fireplace?
Fireplace, yeah.
Little romance?
I think we could do some really cool things with it.
When there isn't enough room in a rental for a sofa and chairs, a great alternative is 4 oversized, comfy chairs with a round coffee table in the center. That would leave enough space for a much-needed dining area. We'd paint out the fireplace in a clean white to get rid of the dated stone and install one wall of a bold, striped wallpaper to evoke a rocker chic tone. Paint and wallpaper are easy do-it-yourself projects as long as the landlord agrees.
So here's the bathroom.
Wow, small.
Very small. This bathroom is very, very small.
It's tiny.
But there's another one downstairs.
Oh, okay. There's lots of counter space though, which I love.
So there's 2 bedrooms up here, and they're pretty much exactly the same size. They've both got hardwood floor, same size closets, and they've both got windows to the backyard.
The rooms on the main floor are a little small. These don't look like master bedrooms to me.
You guys might be more interested in the bedroom that's downstairs.
Oh, great.
2 closets.
Excellent.
There you go, his and hers.
Good stuff. Come see the rec room.
Oh, sure.
Wow.
There was the possibility that I could jam with my band in the basement. I'm guessing it'd be too loud to do that, and I think that the big room in the basement would probably just end up being the bedroom anyways. I definitely see the rec room as a band room.
I definitely see the rec room as a bedroom.
But I'm not gonna win that one.
This place has laundry, and you couldn't ask for a safer neighborhood. The landlord's asking $1,650 plus utilities, so it's well under budget.
The reason I think that it's inexpensive is the location.
So I'll find out whether size and money talks louder than neighborhood.
A trendy neighborhood doesn't always mean looking right in the heart of a city. When you're moving to a new place, research up-and-coming neighborhoods, which tend to be popular with local renters. You can often find a better deal, and the area might be just as hip as the more well-known central ones. The rental I found is in a semi-detached house with a front porch in a safe neighborhood. Shawn, Marne, and the bandmates would have access to the entire place.
All right, guys, I brought you to one of the city's most up-and-coming neighborhoods, very close to public transit, so I think it's worth having a look.
Let's check it out.
We wanted to definitely be a little bit more central.
Come on in, guys.
The main floor's really open. Looks like be a good hangout for sure.
I want to show you guys the kitchen.
Great.
So this is a huge kitchen. It's very retro.
Yeah, it's definitely outdated.
And the kitchen's where the best parties are, so it's gotta be nice.
It's got a gas stove, which is wonderful for cooking on. Nice size fridge with the bottom loader. It's got a dishwasher. Great. Which is good when there's gonna be guys around.
I love the idea of this breakfast bar in the kitchen because this means that we don't have to have a dining room with the living room out there. So
oh, does it? This would serve your purpose?
This would be great.
I've got some pretty good ideas of how to bring this place to the new millennium.
You don't need to do a reno in a rental kitchen to update the look. We could pull out the old backsplash and install pieces of laminate floor on the wall instead. It easily clicks together and it's quicker than wallpaper. It's also simple to take down and can be reused, so the landlord should have no problems there. We'd paint out the cabinets in a dark color for contrast and add some new pulls. Bamboo blinds would complete the look for a big change on a low budget.
The other fabulous thing about this place is there's an extra bathroom when you're sharing a place with boys. Great. Let's see the bedrooms. Okay. So this is the second biggest room.
This won't be our room.
I think it's given that you guys get the master.
Yeah. I think that not having a closet in the room might make it a little difficult. It makes the room seem smaller than it actually is. We'll have to see what the guys think about that.
Want to see the bathroom?
Yeah.
That's the bathroom.
Small.
Where's all your stuff gonna go, Marnie?
I love the size of the mirror. It's a great mirror, so.
He does hog the mirror, I do have to say. Like this, wings out.
When I'm checking out the pipes? Yeah. Huge guns.
So guys, this is the smallest of the bedrooms. No closet, and it's obviously currently used as a storage room.
Right. It's definitely small. Wow. Yeah, this room totally works for me. The closets are amazing, tons of space.
We loved the master bedroom. That was perfect for us.
The great thing about this place is there's actually a usable basement.
This is great.
Smells like a basement, but basement's a definite bonus. We could jam quietly down here, probably.
There is laundry down here as well.
Yes,
great. The ceilings are extra low down there, so.
So you're the only one that can do laundry. Joking.
I don't know that I would feel our lives separated from the band as much as I would like. The basement does definitely help.
All that for $1,800 plus utilities is pretty bang on what you were looking for.
I think we're a little further out of Central, which is why it's a little bit less than other places we're looking at.
What do you guys think?
I've shown Shawn and Marne 3 great rentals. 2 floors of a centrally located shared semi, free reign of a residential detached house, or a full semi in an up-and-coming neighborhood. Which rental will replace the tour bus?
Let's talk about the places that we've seen.
I like the house with the rooftop deck a lot. It's like right on the transit line. We can get anywhere in the city.
Yeah.
Transportation and being in a good neighborhood is so #1.
It's a little more than we wanted to spend.
What about the totally detached place?
Bit far from transit for sure.
Tons of space.
Yeah.
A lot of space.
So that is pretty cool.
What are your thoughts on the semi-detached in an up-and-coming neighborhood?
We loved that house. The basement was incredible. We were hoping for a little bit more of a central location.
So which one is it gonna be?
With 3 rentals on the table, will they stick with a central area at a higher cost at rental number 1, or sacrifice location for more space and a lower budget at number 2 or number 3?
The place with the rooftop deck, that would be the one.
It was so close to transit, right at our front door. All the amenities we could possibly need.
This ended up being the right place for Shawn and Marne based on location. This was the trendiest, safest neighborhood that was right on a transit line. So there's 2 things you need to take care of right off the bat. You need to tell the guy that you're a rock band, and the other thing you need to tell him is that you have the dog.
Yeah.
But you gotta make that phone call and make it yours.
Hi, I just saw your place.
When the landlord occupies part of a rental, they're gonna be a lot pickier about the kind of tenants they bring in. So Shawn and Marne need to convince him that they'll be responsible and respectful tenants who are willing to abide by any house rules. If they don't make a friendly connection, they can kiss the rental goodbye.
We're hoping we can make this work. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye.
So?
He's a lot of similarities. He's got a dog also. He's totally cool with our situation and the band.
Good luck, and
Thank you.
I'm sure you can put this one together. It sounds like he could be just the right person to be your landlord. After the phone call, Shawn and Marne went right over to see the landlord.
It went really well with the landlord.
We got it.
We got it. Knowing that we're moving into our own place in a few weeks makes me feel a little more at ease, like we have somewhere to actually settle down and start building a life here.
After storing their stuff in the band's recording studio, Shawn and Marne borrowed a friend's van for their big move into their new place. Still waiting for the 60 boxes they had shipped across country, they didn't have a lot of furniture and were able to handle the stuff they did have by themselves to save some cash. When moving in with roommates, I always advise people to discuss the plans for furnishing the place before you move in. Shawn and Marne decided to wait for their roommates before tackling the common areas of the rental and are focusing on their own personal space for the time being. It's a good thing they're getting the biggest room in the house. To help them transform it into their private haven, I've promised a bedroom makeover worthy of a rock star. And I'm gonna do it all for less than half of their monthly rent on a $1,000 budget. My inspiration is a contemporary boutique hotel look, so we're getting rid of the teal walls and priming them for a coat of clean, classic charcoal gray. I sourced out a funky wallpaper that I got for a steal after asking about wallpaper ends at the store. Discontinued rolls or leftover ends are often available at inexpensive deals. Since I'm only doing 2 walls, I was able to get my hands on just enough. And I'm reusing a second-hand piece of furniture by sanding down the old finish and freshening it up with some new paint. An old desk can instantly be turned into a new vanity table with a little bit of elbow grease. After moving cross-country to a city they've never called home, I just hope our living room turned bedroom is the retreat they need to settle into their new rental.
Welcome to your new room.
Oh my God! It looks like a hotel. Wow. It looks beautiful. We love the room.
Yep.
Yeah, the feeling of the room is a lot like a boutique hotel. It feels really classic yet modern.
The bright green walls have been replaced with a nice tranquil color that complements the rest of this Rockstar room.
Unbelievable.
I can't even believe it.
Shawn and Marne thought that the makeover made their bedroom look like their favorite hotel in Hollywood. That's about the highest compliment I could receive.
Oh my gosh, look at the chandelier.
Marne and Shawn's bedroom is now clean, bright, and functional.
I love the lamps. The lamps are gorgeous.
One of the reasons why I did lamps all over the place was so that you're 2 people using a space and there's 3 distinct areas. So it means that wherever you are, you can light just one place. So if someone else is sleeping, you could be reading a book with this lamp on.
Oh, look at the desk. That's where I can do my makeup.
In my opinion, sharing a bathroom with 3 guys is less than desirable. With that in mind, I gave Marne a vanity where she can apply her makeup in peace, quiet, and loads of natural light. My whole main idea with this space was to give Marne a place that's an escape from Boyland.
Check out the couch.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
I loved the little pillow. I thought it was a little bit Rockstar golf.
Oh, look. I think this room totally reflects us.
What do you think of the wallpaper?
I love the wallpaper.
Wallpaper can be expensive, but with only 3 rolls, you could cover 1 wall and create a really dramatic impact.
It's really nice.
Yeah, this is totally us. This is really great. What do you call that?
It's faux fur.
The bed will be the dog's new playground.
Yeah, she'll definitely ruin
The faux fur rug. Yeah.
All of the bedding in this room is inexpensive on its own, but by layering a bunch of different fabrics and materials, it gets a really great hotel chic feel.
I love the curtains too.
With the horizontal blinds, those are custom, and what they do is really filter the light and give you guys the privacy that you'll need.
This is great.
We love the entertaining space. It's nice and big, so we've got a bit of room in there.
The rooftop deck is killer when it warms up.
We love the space. We love the kitchen.
Jodi and her team totally cleaned up the whole house.
Pulling this space together for Shawn and Marne was a delight. This room had really great bones, but it desperately needed a makeover. With only $925, we were able to turn this room into a glamorous hotel chic space, perfect for Shawn and Marne.
I think this is gonna totally work for us to have a separate living space completely from the rest of the house and the boys.
I'm actually leaving for tour tomorrow, so I'm glad that this is all good and you can enjoy this.
For me.
Yeah.
And she can put everything away.
Yeah. Definitely the fact that she's gonna be happy here is a big weight off my shoulders.
We've been completely unsettled, so it's nice to finally be settled and get back to real life. We wouldn't have ended up with anything even close to as great as this without your help, so thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks. I'm just happy she's happy.
I think I'm gonna spend a ton of time in here. I'll be able to hide away and close the door. I can see this being my little oasis.
Oh, I thought we used this room for rehearsals.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
So we had 61 boxes shipped across the country. 40 of them made it at first, and they told us that was it. So we panicked, and then they found the rest of them, but we're missing 1 box. Box number 13 seems to be missing. So if anyone out there sees box number 13, just ship it on over here.